we do a lot of laughing at each other and some collaborative storytelling that we like to call Dungeons and Dragons. And we are thankful that you're here joining us and going along on this little adventure with us as we tell our unfolding story. And as a way of saying thank you, we have a bunch of giveaways that you can see right here. We've given away 2 big old dragons in the last 2 weeks. That's fun. And for every 50 new subscribers, we will give away a giant miniature, which is kind of an oxymoron, but you get the point. And tonight we have on the turntable a really cool water-based dragon, kind of a purple water dragon from the McFarlane line. So if we get 50 new subs over the next several weeks, or tonight, we will give that guy away. And regardless of how many new subs we get, we will give away those dice that you see there in the bag, a set of dice, as well as 2 medium-sized minis. And I believe the minis on tap for tonight are a Maragon and an Orc. And if we get 3 new subscribers, then we will give away the Glass Golem. So that's fun.
3?
Looking 3. Yep. 3 new subscribers for the Glass Golem. And that is just our little way of saying thank you to the awesome community who supports us as we play this game that we enjoy so much.
Sweet.
Of course, you can also impact the game through the cheering of bits. And so for every opportunity to know how to do that, type in !rewards into the chat, which should pop up right about now. And you can see all the ways you can affect the game, from temporary hit points to spell slots to fireballs, which may or may not be useful tonight, and more. And so we would encourage you to impact the game. You can give advantages to players, disadvantages to the DM, or advantages to the DM. And that's always a fun little way that the chat can be involved. We also have a bunch of socials that we would encourage you to check out, from an Instagram page to a Twitter to a YouTube channel. And of course, we really appreciate all of the follows and the
just trying to plug us on social media.
The connection there, right? Dude. So that is appreciated. All right, I think that is everything. And therefore, without further ado, we will have a little recap. So this is our 41st episode. Our party has just reached level 8, and they have effectively completed Act 1 of their little adventure story arc.
40 episodes in.
That's how slow
we did it!
So I'm going to give a little bit of a broader recap than normal, just so people get a idea of what has all transpired. So a massive storm erupted over the Anarok Desert in the central portion of the Sword Coast. Morthos, a veteran adventurer, was sent to the east to gather together a group of specifically talented individuals who were foreseen to have the ability to deal with the storm should they learn how to work together and how to leverage their skills as a team. So Morthos collected up all of the adventurers, a tabaxi swashbuckling bard named Oliver with a tail named Bart, a halfling druid named Killian, a adolescent storm giant named Ray, who had a bit of a mean, angry streak to her in her barbarian raging, a wizard who was an illusion specialist who had a very long life and a little bit of an entanglement with the Zentarim, a wood elf who had an even longer life but couldn't remember any of it, named Rubius, who was a expert archer and fighter and was able to use certain arcane arts in his fighting, though he couldn't remember where he had learned it.
And birdwatcher.
And a little ways into the adventure, they met a sorceress evocation expert named Marishka, who specialized in blowing things up with her purple fire. And this team had come together and made their way to Seraloon, where they were tracking leads on the storm, and came across a individual of great power and influence in the city known as the Lady. The Lady promised to give them information into the storm itself so that they might be able to take it out, to stop it somehow, in exchange for gathering a couple of items. She also promised to help them to rid the city of the Zentarum threat, a cell network of assassins, thieves, smugglers, basically a bunch of bad people, otherwise known as the Black Network, that had operations all throughout the Sword Coast and were trying to make inroads into Seraloon. As they were successful in obtaining the magic item, a special dagger known as the Mage Slayer dagger, for the Lady, she told them where to go next and what to do. She told them about the storm, that it was created by an ancient artifact from the Netheril Empire, who had sworn to take out some of their surrounding enemies at any cost. And it seems that a evil group of cloud giants known as the Nimbus Collective or the Nimbus Hegemony had somehow activated this storm, which was referred to as Koza's Ire. And now the storm is growing and spreading, in fact threatening the beloved home of Killian, known as Everesca. They were told to go and seek out the Lady's rival, another hag by the name of Kinshasa, who, should they be able to deal with her and return Lurtan's cord, another item that was integral in the collection that she was gathering, she would tell them how to travel through the storm, something that no one has been able to figure out thus far. Not having very many other options, the party agreed, and after accomplishing various tasks to kind of put a little bow on Seraloon, opening the teleportation node that is there, and saying goodbye to some friends, the party has just left the gates of the city, and as a bit of a parting little task, has come across a large Ettin, a two-headed, ogreish monster who is actually quite well groomed for an Ettin. Beard that is actually shaved, patchwork of armor that it wears, and rather politely has issued a challenge to any who approach, including the Shades, who, upon reaching about 30-40 feet away, saw the Ettin as both of its heads look at you in unison and kind of smile, and the right head speaks up in a low, gravelly voice.
Hello there. Welcome. Anyone up for a challenge?
Ooh, me! Pick me! Pick me! Pick me! Pick me!
Oh.
It kind of pauses for a moment as it looks at Ray, the storm giant, with her kind of bobbing pigtails as she excitedly jumps around, the massive hammer on her back that kind of glows with the thunderous runes of her people. And the Ettin kind of looks her up and down and then looks at the rest of you.
Anyone else want a challenge?
What kind of challenge are we talking about? What was your name?
Oh. Right. My name's Q. This is me. Me Q. Right.
Oh, well, it's nice to meet you both.
My name's Bart. His name's Oliver. Bart Oliver. Hi.
That's weird. You're like two people in one body.
Yeah, someone gets me. Yeah, that's exactly right.
The left head kind of looks at you and just goes, "Yo."
Yeah, yo to you too. Yeah, no, yeah. I like this guy.
Right, so naturally feats of strength and whatnot.
Oh.
Looks quickly at Ray and then looks away again.
How about you, little missus?
Points at Marishka as the Ettin towers over you. The Ettin is just a little bit taller than Ray.
Ray's on her tiptoes.
And now on her
Sizing 'em up.
tiptoes,
Yep.
the pigtails put you over.
Don't tell me you're afraid of a little girl.
No, I just challenged her.
But she challenged you.
I didn't hear that.
Oh, she did. And she's a little girl. Are you afraid? Certainly not.
I'm
You're
not.
a big man.
I'm not afraid. It's just the ordning. You know,
The what?
the ordning, the order of the giants, right?
Right. I know what you're talking about.
I have no idea. Could
Well,
you please
storm
expand?
giants, because we're the most
Sits.
loved by Anam, so we're up like the tippy top, and then way below us are the other giants. But we're all the way up
Wait,
here.
is he a giant? Are you a giant?
No, I think he's a human.
Ish.
I'm considered giant folk,
Oh.
right? But Ettin's a kind of the lowest form.
Well, just because you're lowest doesn't mean Anam doesn't like you. It's just he likes me more.
Oh, goodness.
I know.
Oh.
That's
Right.
the warning. You
So
grow
only-
up with it.
The only thing
dear.
below us are the ogres.
Good lord.
Nobody likes them, right?
No, those are
They're
pi-
pathetic,
those
yo.
pissants.
We have an ogre on our ship, don't we?
I certainly
North.
hope not.
We're way better than them. Right, brother? Yo.
I tell you what, that is the brains of the outfit right there.
Oh, he is. He's got all the brains, and he makes all the plans. I just listen to him and do what he says.
Oh, it sounds like Bart and Ollie.
Oh my gosh. What's he sound like?
I can't really. He got hit in the head, and now all he can say.
And he looked at him, and me just looks at you guys and goes, "Yo."
Okay, Anthony. That's interesting.
What an affable fellow.
Who's Anthony?
No one. Just a guy we've heard talk.
Right. So I'm looking for worthy adventurers.
I'm a worthy adventurer. I mean, I know I'm not purple skin, but I'm just gray skin. But I'm still worthy.
She's good, yeah.
She is pretty worthy.
She's quite worthy.
I say arm wrestle.
Ooh.
I'm looking for worthy adventurers to go on a quest with me. Everyone else around here seems to be scared of me. I'm not bad, like, you know, my brothers who were killed defending the Zentarum base.
Oh, that's tragic.
Right, I
Poor
can't go back to my tribe because I left them and then they all died and they kind of blame me. So I need to redeem myself.
Why'd you leave him?
Well, I was trying to investigate this tower, and well, there's like this big thing, dragon flying creature around it, and I need some help. So when I went back to get my brothers and the glory that awaited us, was all dead.
That's
Oh,
a shame.
no.
Yeah,
Like, did
it
one
was-
fall off a cliff or something? Maybe blow up?
Yeah.
That would have been. Oh, what a guess.
One was impaled at like the
Yeah.
entrance, and one like had fallen down like
Oh,
into
He's
the cavern and drowned.
Divination magic.
Yeah, I mean.
And
I
there was
just
another
guessed.
one way far in that just had its head bashed in with blunt force object.
I say, wait. Did you say that did you fight that dragon?
No, I'm not dumb. Well, I am. Me's not dumb. Me said to leave, so I listened.
What
That's
kind of
probably for the
psychopath
best.
would do such a
Well,
thing?
wait. I mean, where
Uh.
where is this tower?
Oh,
We have to go north.
I can take you there. It is to the north, but I don't know if you're worthy.
Well,
You have to be worthy.
How
What do
can
you-
we prove
you
ourselves?
said
So
feet.
I've issued the challenge
And she
to
accepted it.
everyone.
has
there.
accepted
this
challenge.
All right.
I accept your challenge and I choose her as my champion. You can choose a champion too if you want. You could choose me or Q.
All right, but I get a handicap.
What?
What's the
What's the
handicap?
handicap? Yeah. Let's lay the ground rules here before we agree.
Right. She can't use that big old hammer.
Well,
She doesn't
Well,
need
what are
it.
you going to use?
yeah. What
Is
do
it
you have in
hands
mind?
only?
What do you have in mind for feats of strength? Like pick up a rock and throw it, or like jump over a bale of hay? What are you thinking?
Combat to the death.
Oh,
But
I'm just joking.
I like him. I like you very much.
Right. Now, like one of us youths.
what?
Sort of like
Yields.
a wrestling match.
Yeah, kind of. Right. Yeah.
Wait. Well, kind of and right. Like those are. It's either right or it's wrong.
Yeah. No. I'm in like hand-to-hand combat.
Okay.
Like civilized folk.
Yeah. How about hair
Fisticuffs.
pulling, eye poking, or nose gouging?
No fish hooks either.
No fish hooks. How about, cane punch?
I don't think I'd want to punch there.
Listen, worst comes to worst, that'll put a man down.
He's
all
got
right?
4 of them.
How
He's
are
got
we on
4 of
low
them.
blows?
We're definitely outlawing that.
So no low blows, no fish hooks, no eye gouges, no nose hooks, no hair pulling.
And no hammer.
And no magic.
What about yes?
no
and-
magic from you.
What about that?
Magical pipes.
Ray, how do you feel about this? I don't want to just throw you in, but
Well-
I know you like
Orcish
to
rubs.
wrestle.
I mean, I'd fight him with one hand tied behind my back.
Well,
I'd
let's-
fight him standing on one foot. I'd fight him with my eyes closed.
Oh right, I'll
No,
take
no,
all
no, no,
those
no, 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 no.
That was from
Agreed.
a great story that my grandfather told. Well, my great grandfather told me. It's called The Wizard of Oz. Great story.
Well, I think maybe you should use
I
both
like-
your hands
That's open
and your
source,
feet
so
if
we're
you
good.
can.
I
So,
like
uh,
stories.
Well, me and
Oh, it was a good one. I'll tell you about it
You
later.
like stories?
all right, are we
I
ready?
do.
Oh, I have a condition.
Oh.
If I win, he has to tell me that I'm the most awesome fighter with the prettiest hair. And then if he wins, I have to say the same thing about him.
Agree?
He looks up at his head. It's shaved. There's no hair on it.
I was
Well,
gonna say
your
there's
beard
no
is
hair
nice.
right here.
Are there any tufts coming out of his ears though?
He looks over at me, who has kind of
Luscious
like a
locks.
crew cut,
But his-
and both of their faces are clean shaven. Which, for those of you who have seen an Ettin before, which is all of you but Marishka, Ettins typically have very long,
You don't know that.
mangy beards. So it's
does.
immediately unique that this
me,
one is.
me has a balding spot here though that reflects the sun.
It is
Yeah, it's-
balding.
Yeah.
Kind of
Cut,
close
cut,
cut,
but like here that like it's real shiny.
real shiny.
Are
Real
his,
shiny.
Are his teeth
Super
rather
shiny.
large? Like they look like they should fit in a horse rather
Like
than a human?
chiclets.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
the crack.
So,
It's not even on. It's not fair.
so to be clear, if
That's
we
rude.
win, we just prove that we're worthy enough to help you take on a dragon that's defending a tower, and
Right,
if we
right. So I'll take you to the tower. We slay the dragon
Yeah.
and claim whatever prize is inside. And I just want the dragon head
Oh.
to bring
Okay.
back to my
Can we have the
people.
dragon blood?
That's weird.
But can we?
Is it?
Yeah.
it's for
All
finger
right.
painting.
Yeah.
What
so you
color
feel
was it?
okay about this?
Sure.
All right.
It-
if you feel overwhelmed,
it
just yield
was
and we'll keep
couple
going.
colours.
No skin off our back.
Oh,
Okay.
All right. We're
that's
ready.
interesting.
It was like
Was there something riding it?
not that I saw.
What
Yeah.
colors?
Not that I have any reason to ask.
There
what
was
happened.
like a couple.
Yeah,
Alright.
like what?
Me's the smart one. How many colors were there, me? Yo.
Three.
Yeah, that was right. You could see how smart he is. It's incredible what he can do.
So I telepathy me to see if he can speak anything else. Hey, me, are you doing okay in there? How are you?
Oh yes, I'm quite fine.
I love him so much. If anything happens to him, I'm gonna cry.
There's gonna be no cheating in this contest that happens here.
I would never imagine such a thing.
Okay. And then I think we're pretty worthy. You'll see that Ray is definitely one of our worthy champions. So
I have no doubt. She's already been sent out by her tribe.
Tribe.
I'm very fascinated to hear how you hurt your head after this battle. After she maybe hurts your head
Right,
again.
please go easy on us. Tell her, if you would, please.
Well, you're the one that issued the challenge.
Right, it's really about Q's, honor.
Okay.
I labor under no such pretenses.
So
Bully.
this is the best. So happy I did that. All right. Well, I'd say good luck, but I want her to win.
Right, of course.
All right.
Cheerio.
Have you just been gesticulating this whole time without saying a word?
Just look at just look at. I mean, I'm very Italian.
Yeah. What you say?
Oh, I was talking to Mr. Me. He says that
Yo.
this is pretense. He's willing to help us, but Q needs us to fight. So we're gonna fight.
Talk to him. See if you can tell him to throw the fight from the inside. Here, I'll just.
I think. Well, I think it's back. I ask him. No way of helping us out here, right? Telepathy.
Oh, I don't think that will be necessary.
Okay.
What'd he say?
We've got this.
All right. Good. That sounds
I
good.
love
I
it.
knew we had this
All right, Ray,
from the get-go.
Go
I
get
used
him.
to coordinate
yeah.
pit fights. It's like the good old
All
days.
right. Ray. Again, just win. We don't need to hurt him too badly. Ready?
Emasculate him, Ray.
Whoa.
I'm ready.
He
Wait,
kind
time
of
out. Who's going to be the referee?
I will.
I'm black
kind
and
of-
white. I mean, I'm white. There's no. Nope.
Wait, when he says that, do I see any black on him at all?
roll perception.
Oh, I hope so. We need to break this curse.
I'm an
He's
ivory
fine.
tabaxi. Tabaxi. Sorry.
Oh.
29.
Jeez,
It's
dude.
hard to tell because he does have black spots.
Yeah.
So it seems, however, there seems to be a collection of the spots, a little bit thicker spots, maybe, around his gloved hand.
I'm gonna get you.
But it's hard to tell.
Right.
Mike, you kind of
What's the insight on that? Sorry.
cracks his back on what?
On him saying that he's black and white, just white. Like, what would my insight of that be?
Roll an insight, please.
I'm rolling deception.
Can he perceive the insight?
You don't need to roll deception.
Crit! Crit!
Start in the night.
28.
Those are some good rolls to start. So
I'm gonna need him later though.
you would get the sense that Bart is confused about something. He is black and white, but he's also known as a white
Right.
Tabashi on his island. That is white, even though it's black and white.
And I know Tabashis.
And you know Tabashi.
Yeah,
So it strikes you as odd that he corrected himself and went back and forth, but it also would be in keeping with this odd personality switch anyway. So it's hard to kind of differentiate what's really going on there.
Okay.
So as Mike Q is cracking his back and kind of cracking his
Can I
knuckles,
referee, please? Can I referee, please? Please. Oh, please. please.
Yeah,
no,
I think you
yeah.
can. We'll
Oh,
keep
yes!
we'll keep it fair.
So happy.
All
All right.
Miku kind of walks out and draws a circle. It's more like a kind of an egg shape. It's not particularly circular. And he gets into one end of it and kind of squats down, lifts his right leg up and down, left leg up and down, puts his left hand up into the air, right hand up into the air. Ray,
Go!
Ray, you would
Woo!
recognize this as kind of a ceremonial calling upon a nom for strength. And you know that the object here is to throw your opponent outside of the circle.
All right.
Push him or throw him?
So the way that it works is
anything.
You have to get your opponent outside of the circle, or their hands and their knees, one knee and one hand, or both knees have to hit the ground.
You know.
And how big is the circle?
The circle is roughly 15 feet in diameter. So
You got
Okay.
this.
it's a little bit, like I said, egg-shaped. So on one end, it's maybe like 20 feet in diameter. It's not quite,
Does it happen to be his end?
well, it's
Probably.
kind of
yes.
oblong.
Well, all right.
Loving
Okay.
this so much.
Let's touch gloves.
Mikey, you want to make a bet real quick on who's gonna win?
Well,
Mr. Morthos loves a good bet.
if you
I
want a
knew.
bet, you can go for it. I don't have anything to
Okay,
bet.
never mind. Ding ding.
Right.
Hey, hey,
Roll initiative, Ray.
hey!
Well, he
I
was
shoot up a
doing
fireball.
the stompy thing. Can I enter into a rage?
You're the referee. You don't
Sure.
get to go ding ding.
I wanted to say let's get ready to rumble.
I
Do
shoot
you,
a little
do you do anything in
firebolt the
preparation
sky
for
with a
your
pistol
wrestling
flare.
match?
Too late.
Hmm.
I want to cast haste
I don't wanna
so
be
bad.
mean.
I
Got
want
your
to
back.
cheat.
Come on, Ray.
She is. Well, he's stomping. I'm taller than you, and enter into a rage. I don't know.
Taller than you. All right, very good. So
16 for
16.
initiative.
His initiative is a 17 on the dice. So he rushes forward and immediately goes to kind of do an over-under and gain control and just kind of try to essentially lateral drop you and end it quickly.
That's a hip toss.
So
right there.
he tries to get underneath your weight and just kind of throw you backwards. So he goes to grapple you, and you
At
can.
disadvantage? Does that count as an attack?
It is an attack. It's a contested, and so he's going to grapple you, and you can roll either acrobatics or athletics to resist.
22.
14. He grabs your hand and tries to get underneath it, and then locks over your other hand and.
Oh yeah.
Oh, bother.
And it's your go.
As a reaction to the attack, my shield will go off.
Do you have your shield out?
Oh.
It's like hand to hand. It's not,
Okay. Then
yeah.
no, I wouldn't have. Okay. All right. I'm going to recklessly attack him. Actually, no, I'm not. Ray is going to pound the ground really hard 3 times and release Thunder Wave, which if it hits, he moves 10 feet backwards. But he has to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, so Ray, you resist his lateral drop, and you kind of push him away from you, and you wind up as if you're gonna slug him in the face, and Q's eyes go wide. Me just kind of is looking at you and looking over at his brother, and you punch straight down into the ground, and woof, an explosion of thunderous energy goes forth
Whoa.
from your newly acquired gauntlet,
Oh, yeah.
and the
Tell us to try it
Constitution
out.
save. That is cocked. That is a 13.
What would it be for what would he have to pass on mine?
I think it says on the gauntlet.
Oh, does it?
No, it's just the Thunderwave spell.
Okay.
I think it uses my
Look that
save.
up.
It just says on a failed save, but it doesn't say what it is on.
Okay, so what is your wisdom modifier?
-1? Why would it be wisdom though?
I'm just asking. What is your
Oh, -1.
Okay, and what is your charisma?
0.
And what is your intelligence?
-1.
It's a Constitution saving throw.
Right. I'm just asking. I'm trying to figure out. And your con is 18?
18.
and your strength is 20.
Yeah.
And your dex is
14.
14. All right. So we'll say that The save is a 14. Just we'll make it a flat 14.
Okay.
Based off of your stat array.
Okay.
Which he fails.
Okay.
So he gets he gets blown back 10 feet, which puts him right at the edge of the circle.
That's my girl. Yes.
He kind of catches himself. One hand goes to the ground.
She's a cheater.
No, she's not. She's using her wits. Shut up.
One hand goes to the ground. He stands up. He goes,
What? Like we said, no magic
Oh,
now.
see,
No,
she
for magical
cheated.
folks.
You said no magic from us.
Yeah.
You said it.
That's
I have a
true.
recording.
Yep. That's what you said.
Boo! She cheated.
Mage hand over his face.
you don't worry about the damage, but he's knocked
He's
back, and he kind of collects himself, and he gets into a crouching stance and waits for you to approach him.
I will.
Okay, how do you approach him?
Run in full force.
Okay, go ahead and what are you're trying to
Olay.
land an attack?
I'm trying to push him.
Okay, so
Actually,
you
no. I'm trying to hoist him over my shoulder and like potato sack him.
okay, so
Yeah.
he took the dodge action. So go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll with disadvantage as he goes to parry you
That'd be a straight roll.
and essentially switch positions with you on the
Crit,
edge of the ring.
Crit. Ooh.
Ooh, I don't think you're gonna beat me.
You said what am I rolling? I'm sorry.
It's athletics.
Okay. 26.
29.
Oh no!
19 on the die.
Oh, got her with the old switcheroo.
So as you go to push, you extend forward with your momentum rushing. He grabs your extended hand and kind of arm drags you right past him and gets behind and immediately follows it up with an attempt to trip and toss you out of the ring. Go ahead and roll your athletics.
Uh, 21.
16.
And 6. Oh, that was really good. Good move.
Yes, Ray.
He
Trash
goes
talk
to
him.
trip you, and his foot catches your foot, and his foot just.
Little girl.
It's your turn.
He's still holding on to my arm. I want to try to spin him out of the circle, like almost like a dance move, like a woo.
Oh yeah, like.
Yes.
Okay, so he went to arm drag you. He took your momentum and pulled you through, and then tried to push you. Instead, you spun through it with him, and all in one fluid motion, you go
Yeah.
to throw him forth. And I'm rolling.
That was not
That's caught.
Nobody puts Ray in a corner.
19.
18.
Oh!
8 on the die. And with your perfectly timed pirouette, you re-grab the arm that was extended to push you forward, and you take him and kind of grab him by the nape of Me's neck. Me just kind of goes with it, and as you throw him forward, he kind of tumbles to the ground, rolls through it, and gets right back on his feet and faces you, and then looks down and sees that he's standing outside the circle, and Q's head drops. Me looks at you, gives you a wink, and kind of walks forward and puts out a hand.
You did such a good job! That was really good. I didn't expect half of the moves that you did. I thought the way that you tripped me, almost tripped me, was really inspired. But we do have to say that I'm the best fighter / best hair. But I think you also deserve it. You did so well.
You're the best fighter with the nicest hair.
Thank you. I think you're pretty cool yourself. Now let's go find this dragon.
Well, what are your names?
Well, my name is Ray. Well, really Ray Esmeralda, but you could call me Ray. All my friends call me Ray.
Hi, Ray.
Hi.
Thanks for letting me touch you.
It was an honor to fight
Like
you,
I
sir.
said, little girl.
No, yeah, I understand.
It's the ordning.
I shouldn't really even.
Must be a giant folk thing.
I shouldn't be talking to her, let alone wrestling. That's just
Well-
forbidden.
Talking to, I think that's a little extreme. I mean, everybody needs a friend. Will you be my friend?
Well, I thought I was your friend.
Well, you're my best friend.
All right, yeah. All right. Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Oliver.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was, yeah.
Mm.
He wanted to say, oh, good job.
I would love to be your friend.
So cool!
Yo.
I'm making this horn, and I'll carve you into one of the sides.
Yo.
He looks, both heads kind of in opposite direction, look at the rest of you, and are waiting for you to announce your names.
I am Morthos.
Mouthholes.
Good enough.
Rubius Thornbray.
Rebublius.
Perfect.
It's perfect. I'll say I am JB, the leader, the smartest of the shades, defeater of the Zentarum.
Yes.
What?
Okay.
It's a long name.
Deception
we-
check or?
Are we, so we're collators then? Because you gotta, like, follow me to the tower.
No, I mean, we all have that same nickname.
Oh, you're a group of laters?
Yes.
Well, then you probably get nothing done.
That's true. Well,
Most of the
It
time.
took 40
Surprisingly,
episodes to
it's-
get through the first chapter. That's 100% accurate.
It is good to have a late. Me's my later, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Did he want to do this test of strength?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah?
No, it was yeah.
All right.
He kind of picks his nose as he's talking to you.
Now,
Kind of.
Q, I just want to say I think you're full of shit, but that's okay.
No, I emptied myself earlier this morning. It's right over there.
Oh, my God.
Oh God, it's massive.
Oh.
Wait, is this like the scene from Jurassic Park?
It's
that-
it's
that
almost
me?
as tall as
It's
Alien.
it's as tall as I
How
am.
did, what did you eat?
Is that an entire pig?
Oh, wow, yeah.
Actually, yeah, it was a warthog.
Good God.
We killed him in the forest, and then it was yummy.
Well,
Okay.
well, my name is Killian. It's nice to meet you. And I ought to talk to Mr. Me.
Oh, you did?
Oh yeah, he's a
He
nice.
talked to you?
Yeah, I can do this thing and.
He looks at me looks at him and goes, yo.
Okay, well, he
Wh-
said he talked to you.
So and this is Mariska.
I think you are just absolutely marvelous. I'm happy to meet you. I'm Mariska.
He
Uh,
kind of looks down and kicks at the dirt in front of him.
You would have been an unstoppable minion a few years ago.
I don't know what that word means, but I would have been for you.
Yes, you would have been absolutely stunning.
Yeah, she's the best, right?
So-
and you've already met Ray, and this is Bot slash Ollie.
yeah, I'm Bart.
No,
No, I'm all of that.
and then this is
The same mouth has two peoples.
Yeah.
That's freaking
It-
weird.
it's strange. And then this is Bill the Burrow.
It is rather weird.
You can't
Oh,
eat.
can we eat
No, you
it?
can't. You can't eat him.
No.
No. Mm-mm. He's a friend.
Donkeys are friends, not food.
What she said. Can we make our way? We have to make a pit stop up north here by a farm that we know. Would you like to accompany us there as we make our way towards this tower?
Well, actually, you said you need our help with the tower, correct?
Right, I've now invited you to be part of my adventure to
Well-
reclaim my honor for those against those who slew my brothers. Those bastards, may they die where they stand.
You know what? That is a very noble and honorable cause. And in fact, I would like to offer you my friendship as well. And if we
he
are to
puts out his hand.
Mortho shakes it. And if we are going to accompany you to this tower, I would greatly appreciate it that you would accompany us first to this house that we must stop by. The last time we were there, we encountered difficulties, and I think we might need some help again.
Think of it this way. You gave us your own little test of worthiness, and now it's time for us to give you yours.
Except you can use clubs and hammers for this one.
Yeah, so you have all the advantages.
Are we gonna be fighting?
Probably.
Well,
we don't know.
I will be honest. I do not know what is there currently, but the last time we were there, it did result in a fight.
Yeah.
You know that I often get into fights just for being me. So people might look at you funny.
Have you seen him?
As have you seen me?
He's a tiefling.
I know exactly how that feels. I know what it feels to be shunned just by the way you look. People make assumptions that because you look a certain way, you are automatically treated different.
Yeah, and she's got scales.
Yo.
You ever seen those?
All
you
right,
just
well,
fucking
And I'm blue.
I know exactly how that feels too.
Oh, is this when you face planted? in
Exactly.
Yeah, right,
Yeah,
right in the
you
bosom.
saw
I,
right
I saw
down.
right down there.
'Kay,
right
makes
down there.
That makes sense. You just sat on that one for a
Killian
couple
was
Oh.
too embarrassed to say
No, I
anything.
think
It's all
you
right
sat
now.
on that one for a little bit.
Oh, I
It
laid
was
on that one.
mutual. Let's be real. You enjoyed it too.
What
So
are we
if you
talking
will
about?
help us, I think it is
Strong
only a righteous and
Oh, yeah.
justice for us to help someone whose family was
Yeah,
killed.
that's a terrible thing.
Damn those scoundrels.
right. I've been praying
Oh boy.
and asking Anam for the opportunity to confront them.
Here we are.
What do you mean?
Oh, we're gonna help you confront.
I'm not laughing out loud.
Confront the
Killian's not
dragon.
laughing.
we're gonna help you confront whom you need to confront, or make amends and come to grips with reality. you
I
know?
say, do you know who those people are?
No, I've no idea.
Do you know what?
Someone who was strong to kill those Zent guys. They were pretty tough.
Yeah. And
Civil War.
do you know what they
Whoops.
were involved in? Was it good stuff, bad stuff, or when they died?
You're the Zen.
No, his family.
No, I left before we really knew what we were doing because I wanted to find the adventure that I heard about, and my brothers told me not to go, and I didn't listen because
Well, maybe it was a Nam telling you to
Hmm.
go to save you for something bigger.
Yeah,
Well, he's-
maybe they were about to do things that were against Anam's will.
That could be. And one of the biggest things you can do? Forgiveness. Just keep it in the craw. Me. Never know.
Yo.
It takes a big person. And you're a big person. I don't know. I'm rambling.
right. So to the north, then.
To the north.
To the north.
I say we're going to help you
The-
win.
After the farm.
Yeah, he's gonna help. He's gonna help. us
How many days
procure
is
the
this
farm.
tower
Oh,
away?
right. It's like 10-day or so north.
Hmm.
Can you point to it on a map, like general area?
No.
Me, can you point to it on a map, general area?
Yo.
Me, are you controlling the left side or the right side?
Well, I'll control it together.
I pull out a map,
Me,
which I think I have.
where?
Me points to the map. It's to the north of where the Fort Kevlon is, which is marked on the map.
Okay.
Yep.
And you know that.
Yep, we burnt that down.
No, you didn't. But
Some of it.
you
I blew
you,
a hole in
you
the
had
wall.
your battle there, yep.
Yep.
You know that the farmhouse was a couple hours north of Fort Kevlon.
And Fort Kevlon was how many?
Fort Kevlon's about 3 days north of where you are, and he points farther north from that, conveniently on the way to.
South of the Archwood
Early on.
Forest.
It is south. Yeah, the Archwood Forest is like a 2-month journey.
Oh.
So we're going in the right direction.
Wowzers, Batman. That's a long time. Didn't realize that.
Yeah, it's
But that's
not,
fine. All
It's
right.
not close.
Yeah. cool.
And if
Should have taken a ship.
It's right
Should have gotten
direction,
some supplies
though. What?
for a
The-
2-month journey.
Why?
on the way to the Archwood, if you care to, you can divert to
Selgon?
Selgant,
Selgant.
where you were told to look for some things.
Yeah.
But that would add probably at least a 1 to 2 10-day to the journey. So about
That's way too far off to plan
yeah.
for right
I'm
now.
just telling you from a global perspective what you're looking
Alright.
at.
So it's like it's
Yeah,
on the way.
yeah.
Makes
Sounds
sense.
good.
Are we expecting a dragon at any point during this trip?
Right, well, if we go after that tower, probably.
All right. Well, I think we need to go in town and get maybe 40 or 50,000 more vials, so that if we slay this dragon, we can fill 50,000 vials of dragon blood.
It's not a
What-
bad idea, actually.
Is that how it? That's how it works.
Yeah,
you
is it like
said.
any blood, or is it blood specifically from like the left pinky or something like that?
I'm sure we have to make
It-
a save, and we'll probably roll just low enough to get 1 or 2 vials.
Yeah, it seems
Probably,
it
that'll
seems
probably
to
work.
be
That'll
that
probably
way.
what happens.
It,
Often.
it seems that many
The dragon
times
was
it's-
anemic.
Say it again.
I was gonna say, I believe it's any dragon blood
Yep.
will work.
So like
To
anyway.
unlock
One
the
time.
seal,
One time.
it is sometimes required to be right from the heart.
Oh boy.
But I believe any dragon's blood will work one time.
So your question.
One specific dragon one time.
Mechanically, the blood of a dragon will work one time for teleportation. In order to harvest the blood, it does need to come from its heart.
So 1 vial is all we need from one.
One
dragon.
vial is
Gotcha.
all you would ever take, unless you're trying to harvest more for
Other
to
purposes.
sell to other people or whatever magical
Dragon-
potions,
dragon
or
gold.
Dragon
Thanks
heart
on that.
soup.
etc.
Cool.
So there is roll a history check.
Yes. Really good
And
at that.
JB, you can roll a history check as well. And Morthos, you can roll a history check as well.
25.
Mine's
25.
not gonna be as good as that, but
Oof.
Bless you.
Morthos.
15.
How about a 2?
You're the worst at history checks.
You're so bad.
So bad.
This whole
You remember something about hunting creatures,
Something.
something that Rygar was like looking into?
Oh.
You remember that there is an organization that does take out contracts to hunt specific creatures and gather their resources. You know that Orion's Pride specializes in taking out contracts on all manner of creatures to harvest them, most usually for magical uses, which is why you're so familiar with them. In fact, you've cataloged and identified many a shipment from Orion's Pride in your time as a member of your previous organization. While Orion's Pride is in no way nefarious, they will take a contract from anywhere for any kill.
Cool.
And then the individual members need to actually take that contract. So there was no Orion's Pride post in Serloon, but they are often found in major cities,
Like Selgon.
like Selgon.
Cool beans. Cool beans. Cool beans. Onward and upward.
So you guys begin to travel to the north, and you travel the rest of the day. And you get, as the sun begins to set and the stars emerge, very much shrouded in the lowly falling ash that continues to creep southward, and you see a light coating of ash as you go, though the wind strong enough to blow it to and fro and ultimately dissolve it. It's not like it's gathering here as if snow, but the further north you go, you know that the more ash there will be. You come to the Sanguine Cathedral.
Oh yeah.
Snap.
holy moly.
Whoops.
Where you had previously rescued Cosette from a vampire and found some other interesting articles. You can certainly investigate if you care to. Move on. You've had your 8 hours worth of travel, which is a typical travel day. So it is about 7 o'clock at night, and your travel day is done.
So mechanically moving on would cause exhaustion.
If you you would incur a point of exhaustion should you continue without a long rest.
I say we just stay in the building here. What's the problem?
Are you insane?
That place kind of gives me the creeps.
Yeah.
I was say, do you remember things like blew up in there and vampire and
Blowing up.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Have you ever
bad-
killed the
we-
vampire before?
We defeated all of them, yes?
Did you drive a stake through its
And
heart?
at the end, I also cleaned everything up, so it's pristine inside. Maybe some dust and cobwebs since it's been a few months, but I mean, the logic behind coming back here to do something crazy again as a bad guy is pretty dumb.
You've all been here
Vampires
before?
can die.
When did you all get here before?
Like, I don't know, 2 months ago?
Like 4 months ago.
Like
4 months ago?
Oh, this is where you first encountered Cosette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is where we
Oh.
saved her, and Ray became best friends with her.
am-
Second best friends,
Yeah,
Oh.
of course, you're
Yeah.
number one.
naturally.
You fought a vampire?
Yeah.
Mr. Morthos, maybe Sola can take a look around and see if there's anything lingering.
Or we just camp in the woods,
Well,
away from
if there is
creepy
nothing-
vampires.
there's nothing in the building. We will have better protection
Yep.
inside.
Can
So
Is there, like, what's around the property? Is the
Screaming
cathedral
So
fences.
and
as
then...
you kind of
Cemetery.
crest a little bit of a hill, you see a hedgerow that is essentially old, decrepit bushes, no longer have any greens on them,
They grow
leaves or
bad berries.
bristles. You see a small little mausoleum, and you see a shed, storage shed of some sort, that is inside of a wrought iron fence that surrounds a cemetery. At the far end of the cemetery, you do see a large cathedral with darkened stained glass windows and large double doors, one of which is open, and you see several plots within the cemetery that have the ground disturbed in front of them. You can roll a perception check.
Do I have to?
You're the one asking.
Darn it.
Stop asking questions.
I know.
Please.
19.
Nice.
You do see bones strewn about, and you see a fountain in the middle, empty, no flowing water, and there seem to be some greenish stains upon it, which roll a insight check.
Ectoplasm.
19 again.
While you've never seen or been confronted by a wraith or ghost or banshee or creature of that sort, you have been told in your upbringing with the Hales that should you ever see green residue around a cemetery, run, because it's probably either due to a current or former specter of some sort. Your friends, of course, would tell you that they did in fact deal with a banshee and a ghost.
We done killed it.
done killed it.
But that's what you see.
All right, we going in there?
What's with the green stains on the fountain? Who threw up?
I did probably like 4 times.
Well, we crossed the
I think I
streams.
was possessed during that fight too.
You were.
Yeah.
You
That was not fun.
terrible.
I mean, I don't remember it, but I could
Uh,
imagine it not being
There,
fun.
there was a ghost and a vampire, and we killed one, and one got away.
And a really loud screaming lady.
A banshee?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yep.
You're sure you killed it?
Yeah.
It
Yep.
didn't have any...
Yeah, the vampire's the one
Cohorts.
that got away.
Oh.
So Morthos will send Sola through the open door.
In what form is she going?
She will.
Is she going in her radiant form or her shadow form? Please specify moving forward how
Okay.
you want to be sending her.
Let's go shadow.
Okay. You all, for the very first time, see Sola emerge from Morthos' body, and almost as if a wave or a sheet is kind of pulled across her, her usual radiant form shifts to a misty black shadow.
Whoa.
As I see that, I touch Morthos and guidance him,
I'll be careful. It's dangerous in there.
not knowing if it'll work for Solo, but
He'll be fine.
As she goes forth, you watch as Morthos reaches out a hand and latches on to the shoulder of
Head of Killian.
the head of Killian, and
I like it.
his one exposed eye kind of goes white, and Sola goes forth. Go ahead and roll a perception check. You can use your guidance for the perception should you care to.
What's guidance?
It's D4.
Ooh, so how about a 26?
There are no signs of any undead creatures. Everything that the remains that are strewn about strike you as the remains of what you fought before. You move through the wall of the cathedral. The cathedral inside is empty. The former ritual urns and sconces and kind of circle that had been set up is still sundered the way that you left it, and the way that Cosette kind of destroyed everything after she was saved from it. And there's really no sign of anything being in here for any length of time after you guys cleared it out. However, you do know that that's the same kind of setting it was when you previously entered here, and that disturbing the grounds are what caused the ghost and the banshee to emerge. You don't know if there's any more of them, but you don't see any sign of that either.
All right, with that, can I now make Solo glow radiantly inside the cathedral?
You all watch as Morthos' hand upon Killian's head begins to glow with radiance. And it kind of creeps up his arm a little bit and just kind of rests in his forearm and at the top. And as you do this, Morthos, the brightness of your echo now radiates forth and kind of fills up the interior of the cathedral. Nothing happens. Some shadows are thrown, but nothing more.
Well, I see nothing. Nothing seems startled by Sola's glow.
Try to throw a rock. Try to throw a rock. Oh, he can't hear.
Functionally, well, yeah, I can't hear nothing anyway. I believe it is all right. I have not seen or heard anything inside. And with that, he'll dismiss Sola.
Sola is dismissed. You are back to your senses. What are you guys doing?
Ray's gonna pick up a rock and throw it and try to aim for like a window.
Oh, what?
She's trying to disturb the grounds.
Okay.
Vandalism.
Fair.
So you walk up to the front of the wrought iron gate. It's
Yep.
kind of a steep hill on the outside
Okay.
where the
So I'll have to be a good throw.
well, I didn't have the map prepared.
Oh no.
So the way it's okay. The way that this works is it's kind of as you approach. There's really no way to go around. You have to go through the cemetery. Is what I'm trying to say. So
Right.
you can't go
We don't
around
do
the
that.
cemetery to get to the cathedral. You have to go through the cemetery. So you approach. You crest the hill. Approach the wrought iron fence. Bend down and pick up a stone. Mike Yu is walking right next to you. He sees what you're doing. He picks up a stone as well.
Yes, I love him.
Let's
He-
aim for the windows.
Right, you first.
Okay. Ready? It was a 13.
13. Your rock goes forth, and you kind of misjudge the height of the window. You throw it with strength on like a line drive, except you don't quite throw it high enough, and it hits just below the windows.
Ah, man.
Mikey, on the other hand, throws and smashes right through a window, 2 to the right that you are aiming, but hits it dead center, and the precious, priceless stained glass
Aw.
goes
It was a
flying
vampire. I mean, I don't think anyone cares about it.
and will no longer have any resale value. Okay.
It's a haunted place.
Yeah.
It already doesn't.
Turn it into an attraction.
Nothing seems to react from the cemetery.
At this, Morthos just says, "All right," and just starts walking towards it.
That was such a good throw.
Hold on, Morthos. I believe last time around the wrought iron fence, there's a door to the. There's a door to the building. We don't have to walk through.
There is. So as you go through the cemetery on the northeastern, western, there's an opening that kind of exits out of the cemetery to the double doors that are at the front of. And you make your way there. Nothing emerges to haunt you, and
we set up camp.
you set up camp within the cathedral, the Sanguine Cathedral. Any conversation any of you wish to have with each other or anyone else as you go down for the evening?
I cast Goodberry and hand them out. That's
Okay.
going to be a nightly.
Yep, you do that. That lasts 24 hours. There are 3 that remain. 2 that remain, presuming you give one to Mike.
Right.
He can forge.
Does he need 2?
2 miles.
Just kidding.
He's got 2 mouths.
Does he need to?
He does not.
Okay.
Does he,
Then no,
does he
I'll
split
just-
one tiny
I'll hang on to the extras.
Hey, me. Do you eat?
Yo.
Does he eat?
Yo.
But does it go to the same digestive tract?
Yo.
So why do both of you have to eat?
Yo.
Yeah, I know it tastes good, but that's it?
Yo.
So for one of you, it's just purely an exercise in futility, and the other, it's necessary.
Yo.
Ah, good talk.
Yo.
Killian will take first watch and spend most of it painting.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a religion check.
Ooh, you're rolling well today.
You really are.
Why'd you say that?
16.
As you're painting in this decrepit former place of worship, the sense of decay and doom wells up within you. Not in a way that is meant to scare you, but as if to warn you of the reality and the extent of the danger that you face should you fail in your quest to stop the storm. That should you be unable to sate Koza's ire, these types of dead ruins will become the norm in the Sword Coast.
Kozer's ire was
It's the name of the storm. Right. You don't know, you haven't really looked into that or know why or what it might relate to, but it did have a formal name.
Probably the name of the guy who started it way back when.
Probably.
Yeah.
I thought it was a weapon.
Could be that too.
I have it written somewhere.
Yeah. I mean,
I looked into it.
something you could perhaps look into at a.
Out of a big city.
My guess is Kozer invented it.
Koza, K-O-Z-A-H.
So I had never been
Okay.
in this place before, so I'm not trying to like find a secret tunnel or anything, but I do just want to walk through the
Sure.
rooms and
You see the
I'll walk with you.
That sounds like a way of asking to find a secret tunnel.
you see some of the
I
stained
mean,
glass.
I wouldn't deny it.
The stained glass is beautiful. It depicts imagery of the harvest. There's cornucopia, all manner of fruit and vegetables, flowers. Roll a religion check.
Ooh.
While you're doing that, is Bill inside or outside?
Where did you bring him?
Can he
Can I
fit
help her on
inside?
this roll?
Oh, then he's inside.
Sure. If she's kind of pointing out the iconography, you can certainly assist her in identifying it.
Also, mechanically, if does giving
wait.
Bill a good berry do the same thing as it would be? Okay, then we have one.
Well,
Very good.
one better. 14.
14. You recognize that the iconography here in this place is that of Shantea, the goddess of the harvest and of new life.
While we're splashing back and forth, I say, well, this certainly would be useful for someone owning a farm if Shantea got involved. How close is this to where we're going? Does anyone know? Do you know?
It's about
I've
2
never
days
been to
away.
Mm.
Not
judging.
terribly far.
Terrible.
Do you pray to Shantea?
No, the people who do worship Shantea seem to be very useful at working at farms and giving advice and teaching others, but I don't know how long this particular synagogue, temple place has been used as a ghost cemetery, etc.
Is there like a thick layer of dust on everything?
In certain spots, absolutely. The main center part of the floor has less dust, having been disturbed by your own party about 4 or so months ago.
Mhm.
There is smatters of blood up near the altar, and there are overturned, like I said, candlesticks, candelabras, sconces, things like that. There's a small back room that you peek your head into, and it looks like there's a bed with a mattress that's torn up, a little desk. But nothing really that strikes you as some secret passage, even though you weren't looking for one.
I actually wasn't.
It's a classic rural cathedral. The people around here certainly would have spent a fair bit of coin to erect it, and you can imagine that in its heyday, it would have been a spectacular erection.
How many
1
minutes?
hour.
Wow.
We missed our 3-minute mark.
Darn.
When we're not on a ship talking about decks all day, we
You
can make it a little
you f-
further.
Wow, I'm impressed.
That
okay,
bell
cool.
tower is sturdy.
Oh yeah.
They should really trim
yeah.
the bushes, though.
Wow.
It's a little overgrown.
All right.
If you bring
all right.
the whole unit looks bigger when
I
you
mean, I'm
bring
gonna
the bushes.
re-look at
Sorry,
this
Molly.
place.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to investigate this place for new enemies, traps, secret tunnels, whatever.
I'll help
that
him.
have changed from the last time.
I'm assuming it's dark in here. There's no torches that are lit,
and
are
so
there?
I'll use exceptional wit.
Is it dark in here? Because I would just hold up.
Yeah, there's
fire
no light anywhere, so only what
for
you
him.
bring with you.
34.
Good.
You're quite confident
gracious.
that there are no secret passages as you go over, look at the
Nice.
stones. You do recognize there is a bell tower. The bell has fallen and sundered on the floor, and you could, if you wanted to, make your way up. It looks rather rickety, and the ladder still is there, though there are rungs missing, etc. If you wanted a view of the surrounding area, though at night your view would be limited. But that's about what you find.
I'll never understand how a place of worship like this could be perverted into something unholy like that. Ugh, I don't like holy places. They give me the creeps. I'm going to go find the others. I just wanted to have a look around. Are you going to continue searching, or do you want to come back?
I think I've seen everything I need to see. We're good to go here. This is just like staying in a house in any town we're in. So.
Like an Airbnb of sorts?
Rubius is looking for owls.
Attaboy.
Owls.
A particular barn owls.
Barn owls.
So when she leaves the little back room, I'll close and lock the door while I'm inside of it.
You're inside the back room.
Please tell me he locked himself in. Please.
Is there a lock?
I'm rolling to see. There is no lock. There formerly was one, but it's since been broken off.
Wedge some revelers.
Roll a investigation check, Rubius, as you seek out the owls of this place.
8.
8. you do find a pile of guano.
Owl guano.
As you look up, you see a very thin slit opening in an area of the rafters, and as you look at it, you kind of peer in and you hear very low screeching, scratching, and you immediately know that these in fact are bats, not owls.
And now you have a very serious infection.
Oh,
You ate
that
an
was
owl.
bat guano.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. That's what guano is.
Yeah.
Oh.
Rubius has contagion now.
Yeah. I mean,
It's like
very
you said.
sick.
You said the right word followed by, or the wrong word followed by the right
I'm
word.
still
No,
not where
that
I
would
ought to be.
Freak me out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Any other conversations or
Ray
things that you
will
wish to-
have one first with Q and me.
'Kay.
And she's gonna he's laying on the ground, and she'll lay down with her fists in her hand, her feet up. Hey, I was really impressed by the way you fought today. I thought that was really cool.
Well, I really appreciate you saying so.
Can you do me a favor? When we help defeat the dragon, which of course we will defeat it,
Naturally.
no more fighting for evil, okay?
Oh, I understand.
Because that's not what a nom wants. And I know you're kind of low on the ordning, but one of my great ancestors on my mom's side, she wasn't a storm giant at all, but she followed a nom so closely that he turned her into a storm giant.
What?
I know! Her name? It was Retooth.
Retooth?
Yeah,
Yo.
I know. It's so cool. So, no more evil, okay? The Zens were evil.
Oh. They are.
Yeah, really evil. Like, really, really, really evil. They kidnapped, well, maybe I shouldn't say this, but someone in our party was personally affected because they kidnapped and they killed his wife.
Oh. That's sad.
It was really sad. Mm-hmm.
Right, that's like losing all your brothers.
Right.
Stinks on
And-
my wife.
Well, yeah, it is.
She got the story
Which is sad too,
wrong. Oh, they killed her.
but
I didn't know.
I'm against the Zens, which means you need to be against the Zens.
Are you invoking your authority as a storm giant over me?
No. I'm asking you kindly as my friend.
Invoking. It's a good word.
All right. Roll persuasion check with advantage.
I like it. Come on.
Murshka's so proud of you.
Come on, Ray.
She
No bueno,
spell-
Ray.
9.
His wisdom's like a 3, right?
Well, I'm still a bit confused about how to tell what's evil.
Oh,
Me too, fam.
we'll teach you. Killian is really good at this whole thing, and he'll help you sort out the good versus the evil. But if it kind of something that makes you go like, inside, it's evil.
I don't ever go.
Like broccoli. Broccoli goes, broccoli's evil.
I eat anything.
Oh.
Mix it with cheddar and
I love
fry it.
broccoli.
Call those
Oh, okay.
brachos.
I don't know. I
So
figured a
good.
normal 13-year-old wouldn't.
Okay, well, we can keep talking about that. But I'm telling you, he's super smart. He knows.
Well, Killian's super smart, so he'll know too.
I thought the leader, JB, was the smartest. That's what he said.
Well, JB's like book smart. A book is like where you write down words on a paper and then you read it.
Yo.
Well, I was explaining for Q, not for you, me.
Right. Well, okay, thank you.
Yeah. So he's like smart with the books and with magic. Killian is smart with like people, and he could like read inside of you.
That sounds evil.
No, he's good, but he can like
Nope.
look into your soul.
How is that not evil?
Well, Anon looks into your soul, and he's not evil.
But he's a god.
Yeah,
He might be.
we don't know about Killian. He paints to God a lot. but not a nom. Well, kind of semi-a-nom.
Juice.
I don't know. I get confused with it all.
Yo?
He'll explain it.
Yo.
All right, well, I'm tired. We walked a far way, and my feet hurt.
Good night.
Like,
She's then gonna stand up. She's gonna kind of like jump.
Coffee bean.
And while Killian is painting, she's gonna sit right at his feet, crisscross applesauce, and stare at him like she's trying to get him to notice
Same
me.
size. You are eye level with
Oh,
him.
no, she's still much taller.
Oh.
As I'm painting?
Yeah. So she kind of crouches down.
It's crisscross applesauce.
Still crouching.
Hunches
Oh.
over as you
And that's true, I am
cross-leg,
really tall.
and you still kind of hunch over to get down to eye level with him. Killian kind of is painting and gives you one of these, and keeps on painting.
Yeah, as I come out of the feeling of dread, I go, what is it, Miss Ray?
Well, why are we lying to him? I don't like lying. It gives me go, "Ugh," which I know is evil because I just told him it was evil. I don't like lying to him. He's nice.
Lying about what?
You know, the Zens and his brothers and hiding the truth from him.
Well, I haven't quite lied about that.
But we're not telling him the truth. And Bart lied
When did I lie?
when you said that you
Bart's
there
not
now?
part of this conversation. Well, I must have missed Mr. Bart's lie, but I think there's some wisdom in helping him understand that we didn't know that it was his family, nor were we malicious in our attempts to.
I was pretty malicious.
Nor
I'm
were
not
we-
gonna.
Nor were we malicious in killing them.
I was
No,
pretty
no.
malicious as I
Well,
bashed in his brother's head.
We killed them in
Yeah,
love.
but it was mostly defense and
No, this was an attack.
pursuit of what we were trying
We
to
attacked him.
accomplish.
We sought him out and attacked him.
I don't quite remember everything.
Yeah.
That was a good time.
What to his
I don't remember
Well,
why we were there.
technically,
He's just
Sounds
crippled.
like you
One of
did.
them lived.
so they were actually saving you. You weren't a part of that combat. You were being rescued. You were in a cage at the bottom of that.
Oh, no, I don't know.
That's why.
I was like, I don't remember any of this.
Yeah.
I had a real life.
were-
I had a
they
real
were,
life
they
baby. at
were-
this
You're
time.
so in character.
I had no idea. Well, then I don't quite know what happened, but I'm sure that whatever happened to his family, it wasn't done with the intent of murder, but of
It was pretty. Yeah, we murdered him.
They kidnapped you and Morthos. No, JB.
JB.
Yeah, JB. And they were like torturing him. And
well,
was
they
for
tortured
good,
me
though.
too. But if they were part of that whole organization, then it
Well-
wouldn't be murder. You'd be
It would be more like
Saving.
euthanization.
why
saving me.
Let's
But
not get into politics here.
why
okay?
yell at? Why lie to him? Why not just tell him the truth? I would rather be upfront, tell him the truth, and then it's over with, and we don't have to tippy toe.
Listen, man, we killed your family.
Well, I think
That's how it should go.
Did you walk over?
I am. I've been behind you the whole time. Just sneaking up.
Watching me paint?
Yeah, and there's actually an owl behind your head.
Miku is in the vestibule area, kind of sleeping in front of the open door. You guys are
Perfect.
Well,
meat
I
shield.
think
Very sneaky.
I think we're at a point, Miss Ray, that I would tend to agree with you, and maybe it's a conversation we have when we get up in the morning,
Okay.
as he
Do you want me
should have the choice of what he should do next, whether he
think that's
continues on with us or not.
Do you want me to like grapple him and then hold him in a grapple while we tell him the news?
That's
No.
malicious.
Well, I think
Well, not to hurt him, just
it'd be wise to
to show him my strength, to remind him.
Genius.
I think so too. Thank you.
we would have to do it in a careful way.
You have to put him in a headlock for him to believe the truth in a very careful way.
Well, I'm not saying I don't think we need to do that, but we should definitely.
Forgive us.
I'm just saying, giants, they respect strength. I am stronger than him,
And this
I'm
is
a
how we
storm
did it.
giant, so I'm also better than him
Right,
too. But
I
wouldn't
definitely
actually
think
say
that- that your presence will be part of a crucial part of that conversation.
it. Okay.
Do you need that?
So be on guard if he does take it the wrong way to
The wrong way.
subdue him
So tomorrow morning.
tomorrow morning.
Okay.
First thing.
Alright, I assume I came back from walking around with JB then, and I'm just gonna go. Just find a place by myself, just a little ways, and set up bedroll or whatever.
Okay, so you do that.
Beauty, like mask, everything. There's like a whole like regiment, nightly face cream, everything.
You have like an armoire that you.
Yeah,
unfold.
it's like a portable, like you know in Emperor's New Groove or Kronk,
God.
like that tent.
Yeah.
It's like that.
So you
That's perfect.
beautify yourself before you
Cucumber
tuck in
slices.
for the night.
I'd like to talk with Bill the Burrow.
Bart makes his way over to Bill,
Yeah.
Killian's donkey companion.
Yes.
This will be interesting.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what happens.
He's inside the church.
He starts.
He
yeah,
was
He's in
brought-
the
he was
he's
brought
in
inside.
like the foyer. I wouldn't bring him all
Awesome.
the way in the church.
He's in the
but-
vestibule next to Miku,
Yeah.
who's sleeping.
who is sleeping.
So I go over and I start.
Q is sleeping. Me
Me's
is
up.
not.
It's fine.
They kind of take turns.
I start petting Bill's mane, and well, Bill, I'm coming over here to find some distance from everyone because I'm really gonna talk with Oliver. I just don't want everyone else to hear it. And you seem to listen very well. And he's just petting him the whole time. Oliver, I feel like I need to apologize to you. I've kind of been holding you back, holding you down a little bit, making you feel like you're worthless. And then he shifts a little bit and yeah, I've been feeling that a little bit. Just coming to grips with the switch, you've been handling it decently and also not at the same time. Yeah, it's been frustrating. I just wish you were more assertive. Yeah. I wish you were a little bit more self-assured as well. Well, I wish you'd listen to your friends more and maybe think before you act. Shut up. I'll work on it. Yeah, no, I'll work on mine. Now, we did get a pretty cool blade that JB stabbed us with. You remember that? Yeah, I do. It's right in the chest. Yeah, it hurt. It hurt a lot. Yeah. Have you, really looked at it? I mean, other than grabbing it out of my chest and putting it in the bag. Yeah, you should give it a walkabout. Pretend you're stabbing things. Not Bill. Let's just go stab a wall. Okay. Yeah, feel it. And he reaches into the bag of holding and he just starts pantomiming, throwing the dagger back and forth and pretending to stab people. It's bounced pretty well. It's a pretty nice blade. Yeah, we could kill a lot of things with this. Well, it's not always about killing per se. Sometimes it's just a work of art. Just appreciate it. Look at that thing. It's beautiful. I mean, really look at it. And Bart holds it up to his eyes, and he just looks at it.
And as he does so, he notices that the blade is actually, it's hard to tell in the darkness, but with your dark vision and with the glow emanating from the little fire that Marishka set, there seems to be a very light anti-radiant glow, darkness, almost shadow wafting from the blade that seems to be reacting in particular to your right hand, which is also at the fur that is poking out of the glove. emitting a shadowy vapor.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Yeah, I think I am. And he looks over his shoulder to see if anyone's looking, and he takes his left hand and covers Bilderborough's eyes. And then he takes off his glove one finger at a time, showing his
How does he
now-
take his? How does he cover Bill's eyes? And
with his tail.
okay. Just wondering.
And he's got his back turned, and he's purposely like holding his hand in front of his body, and you see the black paw now up to mid forearm. Should I grab? And the knife is now in his left hand. Should I grab it? I don't know, but feels like something's happening. I'm gonna grab it. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm gonna grab it. And he grabs it with his right hand.
When you grab it with your right hand, it begins to smoke,
Oh boy.
and your hand feels empowered. And as you grab the dagger and your hand begins to have this sense of control, your eye is drawn down to your right hilt to Soul Quencher, your precious, which now is also emitting a light, smoky radiance.
You see that? I do. They're the same thing. Yeah. Should I grab it? I don't think you should. Yeah, I'm going to. And he grabs it with his left hand now.
And as it is removed from the hilt, and it passes just past the dagger, it begins to emit a heavier shadow. And after a moment, you watch as the blade actually begins to reverberate
Oh boy.
and move,
Oh boy.
and the blade itself actually opens, and a perfectly sized outline of the venom dagger is depressed into Soul Quencher.
I think it goes in there. Oh yeah, I do too. I don't know if you should do it. I think I'm gonna do it. Are you sure? Yeah. I think it's like a hand in a glove. You know, they go together. I don't like these. Oh well.
He's
And
been talking to
puts
the
it in.
donkey a long time.
As you put the dagger into Soul Quencher, the two meld together, and the power that you feel in your right hand remains as you hold Soul Quencher within. Soul Quencher sheens with a very dark green hue
Ooh,
that
that's
now
ominous.
kind of coats the blade, much like the venom dagger. And Soul Quencher now has taken on the properties of the dagger.
Seems cool.
All right. Good work, Oliver.
I don't mind when we're cursed.
Good work. Yeah, not. I don't know what just happened. I feel funny. Do you feel funny? Yeah, a little bit. We'll figure that out.
As you say that, you watch as the blackness on your right hand creeps a little bit farther down before stopping.
That was probably a problem. Yeah, I've been saying that. You shouldn't have done it. Well, I should have listened. I'm sorry. He puts it back. I'm not sorry. And Oliver hits him. All right, Bill. Good night.
Yo.
Oh, yeah, me. Oh, shit. How much of that did you hear?
Yo.
Only a little?
Yo.
Good night?
Yo.
Can we keep a secret?
Yo.
I like you. Yeah.
This guy's dialogue is the best.
All right, good night.
What a wordsmith.
Yo. Yo.
Yeah?
Yo.
I don't.
Yo. Yo.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah.
Yo.
No?
He looks over at Q. Yo.
No?
Points at himself. Yo.
Oh, you understand.
Yo.
You think he'll ever understand?
Yo.
How would you tell him?
Yo.
I'm gonna have Killian talk with you in the morning.
Yo.
Fair?
Yo.
Alright, gonna hit the hay.
Let's just have Killian talk to everybody in the morning.
Everybody gather around. I got some bad morning news to start our day.
As you go to bed, we're going to do our first giveaway of the evening. So if you would like to win those sweet obsidian dice, then you can type into the chat right now for your entry. One entry, exclamation point, yo. Y-O. Exclamation point, yo, for your opportunity to win those obsidian dice. And we will randomly select a winner. And this is just our way of saying thank you. If we get
2 more.
2 new subscribers, then we will also give away the glass golem along with the orc and the Maragon that we will be giving away near the end of the show. And if we get 49 new subscribers, we'll give away that sweet dragon that you can see there, that water dragon that is rotating around. That, of course, is cumulative. So as soon as we hit our 50th new sub, we will give that away whenever that may be. But every episode, we give away some dice and at least 2 medium minis. And if we get those new subs, at least 3 new subs, we give away the large mini as well. So... oh, and looks like there's another one. So we just need 1 more new sub, and we will be able to give away the glass column. Thank you again. You guys are amazing. We really appreciate the community that is a part of this show, and we just are thankful that you're along for the ride with us. So,
Did it thunderstorm last night?
it did not. But Morthos,
Oh boy.
as sleep takes you in this formerly bountiful house of worship, now profaned, you find yourself coming to consciousness underneath a tree. A tree that is familiar to you. A tree under which you sat in Waterdeep, screaming at Paylor.
I remember.
Goodness.
Challenging his divine plan. Questioning why he would allow your friends to be taken from you time and time again. You look around and you see light. And this hill with the tree atop it seems to be surrounded by a sea of light. All manner of colors, the full spectrum, almost an aurora borealis type of effect as the lights go in and out. It's actually quite beautiful. And you hear a voice. What have you to say?
I don't know. Are you Baylor?
I am an avatar. It would melt you instantly to be in my presence.
Well, I'm glad you're an avatar then.
Yes.
I don't know what to say. I remember this place. I was so angry. I'm still angry.
Anger is okay. Anger is real. It is how you channel that anger, how you respond to the hurt that burns within you, that defines you.
I would say in that regard, I have failed. I let my anger consume me to the point that I crave power in any way I could get it. And in the end, I allowed myself to be taken over by items in the pursuit of that power, in the thin veil of trying to protect my friends. But that was just an excuse to try to gain more power.
So you acknowledge your failure.
I do. In fact, I have now weakened myself by removing these items, but not because of my own doing, but because of Sola and my friends, who have shown me that there are other ways to be powerful, not necessarily by on your own merits.
You say you have friends. And as the voice is coming out, it begins to grow higher in its octave. And you say that they are fighting with you and for you, and it grows higher still, and a mouth begins to materialize in front of you. A face. Long, radiant hair. With a smile. As Sola's visage emerges from the mist, the light coalescing and her form now in front of you.
Sola,
Hello, friend.
what? I don't understand.
Well, you know I'm the chosen one.
I'm still confused as why you have chosen me to carry you. That is...
Oh, I didn't choose you. You've been marked from the beginning.
from the beginning.
Don't you remember? Your friends told you how you were saved
I do.
when your parents were gonna give you over?
Yeah, but I don't remember any of this.
But you do remember your friend, your mentor, your father figure?
Yes, of course. How could I forget?
And what did he teach you?
He taught me about truth and justice and fighting for what is good.
And who did he follow?
He was a paladin of Pelor.
And do you think that was a coincidence?
Probably, yeah.
I would have never have thought anything other than he took pity, but now I find it quite intriguing.
Her voice changes deep again, but Sola is still there. Do you see? I specialize in bringing radiant beauty from ashes.
He's a phoenix!
And he just kind of stands there and he's almost in awe. He just has no idea as he's processing kind of what's been said, realizing that he might not have been alone as he has always thought he has been.
Sola speaks up in her normal voice. You see, the deeper and darker the hurt, the more gloriously the light shines through it.
Thank you for helping me remember. I had forgotten what I was taught all those years ago.
As you say these words, Sola reaches out a hand as if to put it on your shoulder, but she pushes it straight into your chest.
Interesting.
And she smiles. It's okay. And she pulls out an image of an altar with a painting on it. She holds it up to you. She says, "Look, it's been mended." And you see that the altar is standing in pristine condition. The rising sun iconography there. And a picture in a style that you've seen before. From Killian. Sits upon the altar. And with a flourish, she pushes it back in your chest, and you feel yourself kind of give, and your vision goes white, and you wake up. And as you look out through the broken stained glass, you see the sun rising, its rays shining directly onto your face where you lay on the ground. And you feel something different. You feel... No. You see the sun. Your eye, which had been blind, can now see.
What's up? What's up?
That's in caps in my notes.
The darkness that once pervaded has melted before the light. And you now have the ability to utilize your patron, Paylor, for the feat that you just took.
Nice.
Except when you cast Hex, it is not Hex in the traditional sense. It is a searing radiant energy, dealing radiant damage rather than necrotic.
Ooh.
I like
That's
it.
pretty
You fancy,
sweet.
huh?
Maybe you'll be able to kill things now.
He did have trouble.
I did.
Before.
Struggling a little bit in that one.
I mean,
And once you cast it, it does not need to be concentrated upon.
dang.
That's freaking awesome.
Is he still missing one eye?
He is still
ripped out?
missing
Still
the
missing
the
an
Oh,
eye.
other
yeah.
eye.
Okay. So he's got no
It's
depth perception,
still
though.
perception.
Depth perception's a little off.
He's
yeah.
casting
That's
it
why
on
I'm
like
still stabby.
stump.
You know?
Thinks he's casting it. but
It's
it's
on
like
him. Don't
20
worry.
feet away.
And the what's I can't remember the other aspects of that you took.
Yeah, Green Flame Blade and Eldritch Blast.
Right. And so the Eldritch Blast that goes forth is actually exactly like the one that Solo used to shoot forth, also dealing radiant damage.
And him and I can now locate each other within 120 feet of each other at all times.
Not quite yet.
We have a special bond. My painting's in his heart, okay?
It is. Eldritch Blast and Green Flame Blade, which acts as a green flame blade, but rather than dealing fire damage, also does radiant damage.
That's pretty sweet.
Sweet.
So everything, your entire repertoire is radiant.
That's awesome.
Well done.
Does
I
his
want-
eye
I
look
want
different at
almost
all?
that.
His
Different
eye
soul.
glows.
Radiant.
Great.
Like-
Radiantly.
Like white or?
No, it's a searing whitish yellow glow.
That's normal.
Ooh.
Thought I was a weird one.
The same color that Sola's eyes used to glow.
It's morning time.
It is morning. and you can
Morning I wake up.
proceed how you would.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's time to rise and shine. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you're feeling fine. The sun is up. Get out of bed. Get out of bed. You
Ray,
sleepyheads.
we're up. We're up.
Okay.
We're up.
I liked it.
Killian's already
you.
up, brushing Bill's
There's a little trumpet part too, but we didn't get there.
brushing Bill's mane.
10 more minutes.
Okay.
Morthos is just standing outside, literally watching the sunrise with a tear rolling down.
Morning has broken.
You know, as he forgot how beautiful just a sunrise
Rubius,
Do I see-
Rubius is watching Morthos cry with tears going
I
down
see
his
Morthos
eyes.
outside.
Sure.
It's so
yeah,
beautiful.
I'll go to Morthos and well, hello there, and finally like looking you in the eye.
Hello there.
Seems that you had an interesting evening.
I did have an interesting evening.
I hand him my handkerchief to wipe a tear.
I can see the sunrise like you all see the sunrise. I forgot the beauty of a sunrise.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of beauty in the world that needs to be seen. I'm glad that you can see it again. What
Killian, thank you.
for giving you my handkerchief? No worries.
For not giving up.
Oh,
For
never.
seeing the best in everyone.
No, well, everybody's got their special talents.
Let's just say I know, or could say now, I understand how important your paintings are.
I would get the
Roll an insight check.
14.
You get the sense that he's referring to something specific.
Okay.
And knowing what you left within his heart when you entered into his soul to save him, to exorcise the Baelor, you think that it
Put two
might
and
have
two
something
together.
to do with that.
And I remember that that was a Paylord altar.
You put one of your paintings of a sunset there, of a sunrise there.
Sunrise there. Yeah.
Yes. Paintings, not much different than what we see.
So on the path of light again.
For the first time in a long time.
Well, that just blesses my little heart to hear. I think it'll be good for you and for the party moving forward. There is some things we need to handle this morning before moving on. I want you to be aware of. Ray and I had a conversation last night about Mr. Makyu, Umi. Yeah, I don't remember how it goes.
Kiwi.
McHugh. He obviously has some ties to our party.
Tell him the truth.
Yeah.
And
We
the
should
truth
It's gonna
will
hurt.
set you free.
That is very deep. Well, we should give him the opportunity to either
Make his own choice.
separate from us or fight us or whatever. I'm feeling pretty confident we'll win a fight, but he should know before moving forward what's happened.
He's a level 20 sorcerer.
Me
I-
is.
Yep.
I agree.
Okay. Well, let's.
Can only move forward through tooth.
I want to quick stumble out and find them. I've been frantically looking for Killian.
You stumble out and find Killian and Morthos speaking to each other in front of the sunset.
Sunrise.
Did I
Sunrise.
interrupt something here?
Oh, no. We're just watching the beautiful sunrise.
Oh, it's pretty beautiful, yeah. Okay. One thing. I was talking to Mikey, well, really me last night.
You were talking to Bot?
Well, yes, but also the other half of Mikey, me.
Oh, me.
Yeah, I was talking about, and I was talking to Oliver.
Right.
And then I
This is-
had an interesting conversation with me. Not me. Me.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, yep.
He knows.
Knows what?
Oh, he knows.
Knows.
He knows that you know that we know what we
Oh.
did.
Well, we're about to go have that conversation.
Yeah. He's okay with it.
Well, let me go talk to him anyway.
He's probably not. Yeah. Just saying, let him down easy. Yeah, you probably shouldn't just be blunt with it. Don't have me tell him. But, I would like to offer up my assistance in that scenario if possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Me-
We'll definitely
me
need
and
somebody
me.
to talk.
Me and me are on the same accord.
How did he figure this out?
He said, "Yo,"
No, I mean, but
and then
you?
he said, "Yo,
no.
yo."
Who did he overhear talking
Oh, me, talking to me.
about what?
Just talking. I decided that I'm gonna try to rebloom this relationship within myself. Yeah, and I thought I'd let him.
Mm.
And we think, I don't know, we have our differences, but maybe we can work it out. Yeah, it's about right. Gonna work it out.
I want to see if there's anybody, one of them playing the other one, Bart or Oliver. Like, if Bart actually letting Oliver back into the
Roll an insight check.
crit?
You get the sense from both sides of this Tabashi's personality that these two parts of the whole are being sincere.
Mm.
Yeah, would I lie to you?
But-
Don't answer that. But would I lie to you?
Well,
Don't answer that either.
both of you have been known to try at least.
Yeah, but not very well.
Well, it's
And we don't
it's like,
stick to it very long. Yeah, not very long at all.
It's like Mr. Morthos and I were talking about. It's better if we move forward as a whole rather than a split person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
And that's what you're saying
we're
too,
trying.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
I'm realizing.
Yeah,
that
no,
he's
yeah.
Good. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah. All right.
Someone Anyway, let down Q lightly.
Yeah, we'll work together
Maybe
on that.
talk to me, not me, me,
Right.
about like maybe what to say.
Okay. Well, I'll go have a conversation
Okay.
with him
Have a good morning. Yeah, see ya.
now. Morthos, Ray, will you come sit with me and meet Q?
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's brought out here. We should probably get going. Walk with the sun before it's blotted out by this crazy white stormy stuff. I don't like the way it tastes.
Yeah, it's kind of yucky.
So, first I'd telepathy Ray and say, why don't you tell Mr. Q a story, and then while she's telling a story, which I know that she can do and ramble about whatever for a long time, I'll talk to me.
Oh, a story. I love stories. Go ahead, friend.
Well, once upon a time, there was this island that was really far away, and there was this tall castle, kind of like the one that we're going to see. And there was a beautiful princess on top of the castle, but she wasn't ever allowed to get her hair cut. So it just grew and grew into so long, like longer than mine, but she kept good care of it, even though she didn't have scissors. I guess she had a hairbrush. Don't ask me about the specifics. I don't know. Anyways, her hair.
Wait.
Did she brush and then
What?
brush her
She
hair?
did.
Wow.
What is a hairbrush?
Well, your beard looks nice and
Oh.
taken care of.
Where is your hairbrush? Oh, where
Where? Oh,
Is my
where?
hairbrush?
is your
Oh,
hairbrush?
where?
Oh, where?
Copyright.
I just like to think 20
This
feet away,
sounds
Marishka's
important.
combing her
I
hair.
need to know what in blooming blazes a hairbrush is.
Okay, so imagine like a pointy thorn bush, right? But
Got
the
it.
thorns are a little
Got
bit
it.
longer,
Right.
but they don't hurt if you accidentally touch your
She
skin.
got one.
And then you like brush it through.
Right, don't
Right.
you have a hairbrush?
You brush your skin with a hairbrush?
No, your hair with a hairbrush.
But that's not what you said.
I don't know what I
I'll-
say half of the
I
time.
brush my hair
With a hairbrush.
with a hairbrush.
Yeah, I'll whittle you one. Don't
That-
worry.
That is profound.
I know. I'll whittle you one.
15 feet away, Marishka's literally brushing her hair from the morning.
If you
Doing the
could
morning
imagine.
routine.
Wow.
It's like,
By the way, Rubius is not in this conversation, but he actually has his bow ready in case he turns on Ray when they find out the truth.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
and JB's still sleeping in the side room.
Cool. Where we like him.
So he's Rubius is behind him.
Just bow
All right, so
drawn
as,
back of the
as
head.
Ray
Just-
and Q are
I'm right
having the
behind him.
conversation about
Of mice and men.
Punzrel,
Yeah. Puns
Look
are
at the
out.
lake.
She's also very punny. We haven't gotten that part
That's
of the story.
hilarious.
Look at the rabbits.
Killian begins to speak to me through his telepathic bond.
Mhm. Well, good morning, me. How are you?
Oh yes, fine morning today.
I
Sunrise is exquisite.
I heard you overheard a conversation Mr. Bart and Oliver had.
Oh no, it's actually Miss Ray. She's quite loud.
No, last night.
Oh, I know exactly what I'm talking about. When she was asking you if she'd tell the truth, yes.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, she,
There
yeah,
was no attempt to hide.
right,
And Q slept while I
Listen.
was awake,
right, yeah. Oh,
naturally.
well, so you know what happened to your brothers then, your clan?
I do now. You savages.
Yeah.
I love him so much.
Well, as I was saying yesterday, it
Yes,
sounds.
please do try to explain.
Yeah, but there's no explaining.
Right.
The pain
So
is
then why are you
pain,
continuing
loss
to
is
talk?
loss. What?
Then why are you continuing to talk?
Oh well,
If there's
because
no explaining.
well, there's empathy and sympathy. You
I
know
don't
what those are naturally.
I don't think. Well, go on and say what you're going to say.
Well, what we want is for you to for Q to know the truth as well. So you have the
I don't think I can control him from the rage into which he'd fly.
well. Is there an explanation of right and wrong? And they did have me. The people that your clan was working for had me caged and tortured and were doing some evil things. And my crew was just trying to save me in the midst of trying to get through them.
Yes, I understand they were had muscle. Right. However, to my brother, you slaughtered his kin. The only thing worse would be, well, taking my head.
So what do you suggest then?
I suggest you continue to earn his trust. And perhaps when the time is right, let him know, teach him of the evils of the world. And what is Zentaran got up to with you? I do miss my brothers. Got good foot rubs from them, you know.
Very, very odd.
They had good hearts.
Well, I understand loss. I had a wife once who's no longer with me, and have
That is
lost.
sad.
Yeah. What are we? You and I under the understanding that we meant no malicious intent, purposely, specifically on your family, and we'll be able to continue on our journey together. It was just a
I understand how this-
unhappy coincidence
Oh yes. Yes.
that
well,
we've come upon each other.
an unhappy accident, if you will.
Yes.
Right. Perhaps I'm willing to work through this. You seem like a decent fellow. I'd hate to kill you.
As you seem like a decent fellow, I'd hate to die.
Well done, well done. Cheerio.
Are you left-handed by chance?
I am. Q, however, is right-handed,
Hmm.
and we wield a very large sword. Mm-hmm.
Intimidation check.
So,
Anyways, Okay, well I'll relay to our group that
Who's
you're
making breakfast? I'm famished.
the good berry I gave you yesterday, that should take care of.
You
Just
see nice highs.
just give it a try.
I've ate it. My stomach is rumbling in my tumbly. Do you have a second?
How long does it? So it didn't work for him?
You don't know. He's saying he's hungry.
I would insight to see if he's actually hungry.
Go for it.
Deny him.
No,
10.
you're full.
No, I can tell.
You're on a diet as
18.
of now.
Seems hungry.
Sure, I'll give him another one.
Ew, thank
The
you
one
so
extra.
much. He eats it. A little bit of berry juice, kind of. It's so sorry. Uncouth. Wipes it. Yes. So the story's about to end.
Yep. I'll relay the message.
Right. So, Julio.
Oh, if you ever need to talk rather than the yo, just get my attention.
You.
I then relayed to those who are with me telepathically as I first tell her, drag it on a little bit more, and then tell them all individually what just transpired.
I'm like, we killed his brothers?
And you do so. Everyone is aware, and the story ends.
Unfortunate.
And then the evil witch who was imprisoning the princess, she fell off and they lived happily ever after.
That's amazing. I've never heard that story.
I think Ollie's the one who told it to me.
I don't think so. Mine are usually seafaring.
I've heard that story, but it ends differently in the way I heard it.
How'd you hear it?
Oh, well, my mother would say that the dragon came in and ate her.
What?
At the end.
The dragons do
And then the
that, yeah.
dragon lived, like, happily ever after.
Oh.
it.
I like my version better, personally.
That's exactly what your mother would have said to you.
That's,
Seemed happy enough an ending to me.
I guess it depends who you are.
Mm.
Perspective, as most stories.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Shall we get on the road? Somebody go wake up JB.
Oh.
Yeah, where is he?
Like the kid in the grocery store.
Where'd he go?
Oh, he locked himself in that room.
Oh, all right.
I just kind of left him because
I'm gonna go.
he tried to lock.
I'm gonna go kick the door open.
Woo! Oi, Melinda! She's gonna run and beat you to it.
Okay.
Oh, that's not a D20. Oh, okay. 4
What's your athletics?
plus 11.
So you rolled 3.
Yeah.
Okay. The door still flies off of the hinges and barely
his pants
barely
on.
misses JB's.
Good morning!
As you karate kick as well. Just
I say, who has disturbed my slumber?
We did rise and shine.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good morning.
Well, all right, let's get out of here, I
Yeah.
guess.
We should get
I'm gonna roar on these.
Last night before bed, he was working on his Constitution save thing. So he stretches his back and walks out. That's all.
Okay, very good.
Is there a desk in there still? Is this that room with the desk?
There is a room. It's a old, decrepit, but standing desk.
Any drawers that look like they can be opened? Real
There-
quick, just want to check.
There is a drawer that is
You can check
no
it.
longer in place. It's
Oh.
been pulled out.
Forget it.
Post inside of it. I rolled a 34 in there, dude.
Yeah, but did
Alright,
you check?
You begin making your way north again.
I did.
You pass by the ruins of the Geyser Inn.
Oh yeah.
hated that place. I died there. Remember that?
No.
Crab thing.
Yeah, crafting got him. Almost
Oh,
split him in half.
Where you fought the ginormous overgrown crab and hydra.
As June almost died.
Oh yeah,
there.
me and June, we both went down. Then we had
Yeah.
a vision.
She had a
Not
rough,
together.
rough
Yeah.
life.
June died right after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, June.
That was like the.
Short, rough
Out of
life.
the frying
That
pan
was the
into
prequel.
fire.
It was kind of like June didn't know how to act as a monk at
It's
that
so
time.
true.
Yeah.
You
She
see
sucked.
that the carcae
Almost like a bar
of
card
the
jumps
crab
into
and
danger.
the hydra have both been picked clean
That's gross.
By other crabs.
by what other scavengers may have been. You continue forward. You reach the end of your day's travel. You have whatever additional time you'd like at night.
Ray will be whittling.
Another night?
Another night.
Wow.
And
Am I gonna be painting? Yes.
I'm working on my back and my spell books.
very good.
Rubius is disassembling and reassembling the saber hilt.
Ooh, nice.
It's looking good. You're getting good at that.
So
Yep.
you have
1.9.
all the parts you need
Mhm.
for the internal
I
mechanics.
just don't have the crystal.
You don't have a focused crystal, and you don't have a key attuned hilt
Mhm.
that will respond to your
Mm.
key, your chi itself.
Chi.
Yeah,
Key.
chi,
But I
whatever
am
you
the
wanna say.
key, though.
Kai.
kai.
That's what I'd say.
Yeah. So you have two hilts from which you might be able to maybe melt, but it's very, very difficult process to separate the adamantine and the mithril from each other. You really need to take the adamantine and the mithril and combine them into a hilt. So
Yeah, with a specialist.
with someone who knows what they're doing, yeah.
Yes.
Some armor of unique quality would need to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You go through the second evening,
Hit a
wake
thunderstorm?
up the third day.
Oh, I would have. Was that time that we could have
There
worked
is
on?
there is no thunderstorm, though it does look
Mm.
like you are heading into a bit of rainy weather.
Oh yes.
It is not storming, it is just raining. A bit of a overcast day greets you the next morning, and you continue on the third day. Around 3 o'clock in the afternoon,
Mm.
you come across the crossroads, the trade route upon which is situated Fort Kevlon. Fort Kevlon, formerly held by a mercenary contingent from Serloon, routed by the Knolls, that you were able to, through the welcome assistance of the awesome community that we have, giving you guys
Guard.
some fireball
Actually
beads,
saved our
which
lives.
saved your rear ends.
It was an entire fort of.
You were able to rid the fort of the Knolls.
Jumping in the front door, saying "Fireball."
It's like Salt Bay.
That was impressive. And now it looks largely repaired. There is a front gate on it which had been removed, and there was a barricade before. And you see several humanoids. One looks to be a human, one looks to be a half orc, one looks to be half elf, various races, all wearing the same colors. A kind of matte black armor, some heavy armor, some medium armor, some light armor, with red highlights, and upon the chest a large flaming fist.
Howdy there, fellow traveler!
Are we like 200 feet
I was
away?
gonna say, how far away are we?
You approach. I presume you're walking in the front next to Miku. They immediately kind of put their hands on their weapons, don't draw them. As you kind of call out, howdy there, they call out to you, halt! What are you doing with an Ettin?
Oh, he's our friend.
Yep.
We're gonna kill a dragon with him.
Yep.
Who are you?
Well, we're the...
We're just
We're a group of friends that are gonna kill a dragon.
we're just some adventurers.
I will cast my invisible mage hand that I was working on last night. It's no verbal or somatic component, so it's just there, waiting.
Okay, mage hand is out. Who are you?
Oh well, my name is
And that
Killian.
back up.
Yeah, I'm.
This is
I'm Bart
this
Oliver.
is Bart. Ray, Marishka, JB, Rubius, Malthos,
And that's Miku.
and that's Miki. We're just traveling
Both
up
hands
to.
wave.
We're traveling up to the farm a little bit north of here, and then we're gonna make our way up to
Selgon.
Selgon.
Somewhere in that region, there's
Yeah.
a tower with a
We
dragon.
know the owners of this farm. We just want to check in on it
Yeah.
for them.
You know the owners.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, they would.
They were the owners. Yeah.
What's her name again?
Sally.
Sally and her
Clinton.
husband.
Her
and-
husband unfortunately died here, as did her other.
Yeah, and so she's
children.
moved. She's moved down to Saloon for now. We just want
So
to
you're
check
going to
in
be
on it.
operating in this vicinity for how long?
Oh, we're just
Oh,
passing
hopefully
through.
we're passing through. Hopefully.
Why? You sounded concerned about the farm. Is there something we should know?
No?
Insight.
I rolled it. 24.
24? It's not that there's a concern per se. He's just not sharing any information, and he clearly knows more than he's letting on.
Right.
So, have you seen people in and out of the farm up there?
We haven't gotten any shipments from there.
Well, that's a clever way of not answering the question.
Yeah.
What was that?
Oh, you didn't answer the question.
I did.
You said you didn't get
Cat?
shipments. Whoa, I'm a tabaxi, sir. Yeah. Tabashi. That's what we are.
How many are there?
Well, we're not in the fort, so we don't know.
I imagine we're on the outside.
Yeah. Yelling up at the.
There's
barricade.
there's
They're they're actually in
there's
the fort.
two guards kind of at the front of the
Okay.
gate, and then there's several that ring the stockade.
Well, would you mind? We've been traveling all day. I don't want to be speaking right now. But ask them if we can maybe shelter here for the day.
What
For the
time
night.
is it?
It's nighttime.
Is it
It's
nighttime?
about 3 in the afternoon.
It's about 3 in the afternoon. Why don't we just walk the hell around?
It's about bedtime.
You have about 3 more hours of travel.
I thought you said it was the end of the travel day.
to the- no,
These-
it's
These are humans.
yeah. This
Yeah.
is you.
Said there's an orc.
You.
Half orc, just a motley.
Ray would not. Rubius wouldn't. Everyone else would know that these are Flaming Fist mercenaries.
Oh.
It's a common mercenary group that is throughout the Sword Coast that is known to be a bit of a foil to Ordo Lux, a little bit less noble and a little bit less justice-oriented and more
Money oriented.
Task oriented.
more money-oriented.
And do they have emblems on them right now for
The-
saying who they're
on
working
the
for?
chest of everyone's
That's what it
armor
says.
is a flaming fist.
And nothing saying who they're showing who they're currently working for.
There's not enough data.
Usually
But ask
mercenaries
them-
do that.
That's what I was.
There's nothing that you see overtly that would signal that.
So did Sally mention ever, like, if who was in charge of having them move in to that area?
She did
She
not.
just said that they were there.
Who was there?
The Flaming Fists.
She didn't.
Sally didn't say
She
that.
didn't
She
mention
didn't? I thought
anything
she
about the
did.
flaming fist.
No.
I thought she mentioned the
Uh,
mercenaries.
That's Flaming Fist.
tell
In
not
Bart's
to
head, I'd
believe.
say maybe we can figure out who they're working for.
Oh no, that was Curtis.
Let me just chime in real quick here. We were here a while back, and we saved everyone here that was still alive from an attack. And so I don't know why you're being short with us, but we're just gonna go around if you have
Who
a
are
problem.
you people?
Have a great day.
Should we tell him?
We're the Shades.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Well, there you go.
Oh,
Mic drop.
okay.
We're trying to keep down the
Should
down low.
Probably should
Alright.
have figured out
No,
who
He,
they were.
spread
he
the rumor.
looks over to one of
Uh,
his,
No,
to
not
the-
spread the rumor.
the guard next to him, a half orc.
Yeah,
says-
go ahead.
He says,
What do I care?
"Go,
Why do
go
we need
bring
to
the
hide?
flame up."
Why do we need to hide?
We already went through that.
Didn't we talk about it?
We
You guys
talked
yelled
about
at
that.
me last time when I.
Yeah.
No.
It was 2 episodes ago.
Yeah, we did. We had
There's
that
a
conversation.
bit of a,
right here in this fort,
a
this
scurry.
public fort that like we saved. No, we don't have to. Be.
and about
Heroes.
a minute and a half goes by before a woman with a pixie cut.
And she's called the Flame.
The title.
You would know that that is a rank within the organization.
Ooh.
Probably there are 6 ranks. A flame is the fourth of 6, so rather high up. Short pixie cut, orangish brown hair, There's a large scar across her face that cuts over her right eye. She has a flowing red cape trailing behind her back, which is stylized with kind of flames around the edges. Heavy plate armor with the insignia on her chest actually glowing with flame.
Cool.
That's pretty sweet.
I love
She looks at you. Says, so the shades.
Yes.
We were told you were responsible for clearing the knolls, yes?
That would be
Yes.
correct.
Yeah.
Well done. We have taken possession of the fort, so seeing as how no one did so in keeping with maritime law, do you challenge,
On land.
which extends, yeah.
Are you invoking finders keepers?
Precisely.
Hit me with it straight, Doc.
That is in fact the common nomenclature, yes.
Oh, that makes sense, actually. I mean, we did leave.
So you're not here on anybody's charge?
We are here as having claimed a new base for the Fists.
Finders keepers, losers
Right,
weepers.
right, I understand, but you
We will
guys are
now-
mercenaries
We
who
will
are hired.
operate in this region.
Okay.
Because of what you have done, I will not charge you a fee to pass through. And if you care to rest here, you may. With the quid pro quo,
Ooh, I like squid.
that you will stay out of our business and affairs.
Well, this is going to have to be a long-term relationship, we think. Very close to here, there's a farm we're heading towards, and we're kind of prospective buyers, and so we might as well right now come to terms that we'll be neighbors.
Yeah, it's
hopefully
probably a good
very
idea. Yeah.
soon. And we wouldn't
I'll bake you a
mind.
pie.
We wouldn't mind that quid pro quo going through on trade travel because we'll have to head towards the city very often.
Right, well, you said you will be owners soon?
Correct.
Trying to be.
Well,
Very
we're looking for property in the area.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Present the deed when it is time and we can talk.
Very simple, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's easy.
No problem.
None whatsoever. Hey, do you have any like trading posts in there?
No.
Ah, like
There are traders who come through quite regularly, but we are military organization, not a trading organization.
I didn't know if you'd like, if I wanted to offload some daggers and swords, if you'd be interested in
We
that.
are plenty supplied with our own goods,
Alright.
thank you.
Some of them are pretty cool.
What
roll,
was your
roll a
name?
persuasion check.
She's like, that does sound cool.
Hella cool.
18.
Damn, that's
She
cool.
kind of gives you a sideways glance. What do you have to offer?
Well,
this rusty one and this one.
I have
Got a lot of watches.
a +1 dagger that I'd like to get off my hands.
Is it magical dagger, you say?
It's +1. I don't quite know what that means. I don't know what just happened to my voice there. I went British. Cheerio! Right as rain!
There's a third personality.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Right, well, I'm not the quartermaster here. He reports to me. She looks over at the guard who was talking to you. Markham. Go see what Bish would like for this magical dagger.
What was your name?
Are you asking for my name, dear?
Yes.
Right.
Seeing as we'll be neighbors. Yeah.
It's good to
neighbors.
make
I am
introductions.
Flame Galeth.
Galeth. Is that Elvish?
She doesn't answer you.
It's Elvish. They're so haughty.
Yeah.
You are running a tight ship here, to use the expression. I'm looking around at I'm assuming all the bustle going on in the fort, all the activity.
What are you driving at?
Nothing. I just appreciate it.
Well,
It's difficult
this is
sometimes.
how I do.
It's how I roll.
Well, giving you the respect due, thank you. The Flame appreciates your efforts, and will make use of this fort. and perhaps offer protection to your property when it is time to secure such. You may continue to speak with Markham. I bid you do. She turns abruptly and walks away. Markham comes back. Right. Bish says 200.
200 gold?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I have the gold first?
Do you have the dagger?
Yeah.
All right.
But can we do like a 1, 2, 3?
He needs to inspect the dagger to confirm.
Bart,
Toss it
they're
to him.
hardly going to steal
Catches
it.
it. Bish comes walking out. Markham doesn't even look. He just tosses it over his shoulder. Bish catches it out of the air. You watch as he casts the identify spell. His eyes flash. There's some runes in the air that he traces. Turns it over. Kind of runs his hand along the edge. Takes a pouch and throws it right to you, Bart.
And Oliver the Tail catches it. Thank you.
Okay. You have 200 gold.
Remove.
All right. Anything else you guys need?
No, I don't. I don't think we need to stop now. Yeah.
Do you have any healing
I would
potions
say-
for sale?
No.
Do you have
Okay.
any mithril,
No.
I say we keep moving, make camp up a little bit
adamantine?
more.
Have a great day.
Thanks, Bish. Is it Bish or Markham?
You're
That's
speaking to
Markham.
Markham.
Oh, thanks,
Yeah.
Markham.
Right. Just stay out of our way.
That's what I was going to say too.
Feelings mutual?
Well, be good now. As I give him a thumbs up.
Adios, amigo.
Be good now to the mercenaries.
Y'all come back. You're here.
Y'all come back.
No, that's my way of saying if he's not, then we probably won't.
Yeah,
stay out
yeah,
this
yeah,
way.
yeah. It's a threat. Intimidation, -5.
As a halfling, Bob Ross.
With a smile on your face.
Be good now.
Be
Do
good
you-
now.
Do you happen to like hold up a paintbrush when
It
you say this,
is
like, snap
about
'em?
3:30. You have about 3 more hours of travel time. It is about an hour or so to the farm. So, any conversation you wish to have or anything you wish to do, feel free to do so as you approach the farm.
Between yesterday's whittling and today, how many horns did she get done?
Well, it's technically not downtime, so it's
okay.
you're able to make some small progress, but it would take several days strung together. So you're making progress, but you haven't yet completed another horn.
So when we get like half an hour out from the farm, I'd say maybe we should make camp here, and some of us can go scout and see what's. I think there's something fishy going on based on what they were talking about for the farm.
Yeah, I mean they weren't the most savory types that moved into the fort, so it might, someone or something may have moved into the farm.
I mean, mercenaries have to have some sort of base. Neutral base is best for them. They make money however they make money.
I'm not
not
nervous.
Denying that, but they
but-
still moved in and they weren't nice.
Yeah,
They were
it wasn't
perfectly fine to
necessarily
us.
that. It was the way they spoke about the farm that has me a little concerned.
Did
that
you see his side eye?
something's happening there.
Oh, I presume they have also made an offer,
Maybe.
and they're trying to purchase the property.
I didn't get that vibe.
Oh, I thought you didn't get any vibes.
No, I got a pretty good vibe.
Okay.
The guy did this.
I got a vibe too, and my vibe was perhaps they're trying to buy the farm.
He did
Well,
this.
either way, we should probably not just
He
rush
looked
in
to the
there.
side.
So we'll make camp here, and in the morning we can go.
What does that mean?
If everybody's okay with that.
I don't need
Can we
a
see the
side.
farm from where we are? Oh, okay. How far?
You
we
said you
think
were
it
half an
is?
hour away,
Oh,
so it's probably 2 or 3 miles out still.
That's still pretty far.
I would rather sleep in the farm than in the woods.
Well, you do remember what happened the last time we were at the farm. Do you
Uh,
think that we are just going to be able to walk right up to it again? We have no idea if the people we encountered last time are still there or they've left or
Yeah, we did run away.
Who
we
exactly did you
ran
encounter?
with our tail between our legs and we lost one of our friends.
We ran into some Zent. We ran into Phineas, I believe.
Zentarum?
Yeah, they're bad people.
Were there any in there?
They were not.
No.
No.
All right.
There was a Myrmidon, if I remember correctly.
What was that?
It was like a floating thing of armor that killed somebody in our group.
There's
Yeah.
also a floating thing of air too, I think.
That was the
That's the
That was
Myrmidon.
Myrmidon, I believe.
Oh.
Myrmidon.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you told us. You told us what they said inside, yes, and so they accomplished their goal, up to the point where we left. Well, whatever. We can sleep in the woods.
What did they say inside?
My back just hurts a little.
Well, you still have travel time, should you care to use it. You have enough travel time to get to the farm before the end of your day, before you would have exhaustion.
let's
set
get
in.
But would an encounter
Happen at night.
happen during a time of exhaustion?
No.
Okay.
Let's get it in the eye shot then, at the very least, and
Yeah.
see if there's anything
And-
milling about. If not, we go right as rain in. Cheerio.
It's a
hip, hip.
great idea.
Just as a note, I've been experimenting with things in our downtime, and I have unlocked an ability with a spell to turn myself or someone else invisible during combat if the need should arise.
Even if they do an action,
Oh yeah.
is this like greater invisibility? I've only
Exactly.
heard of such things.
Very greater.
I cast
I
it
want
last
to be
session.
invisible.
Yeah, but you're just mine's cooler.
Imagine me being invisible
You
and then
use it to hide and then pick
Bam!
a lock with a butter knife. Yeah, so just as a note then, if things go south, I might just disappear one of you to keep hitting them.
I
Interesting.
like
For a
that
month?
strategy.
All right. I
Uh,
imagine we're still walking, right? Walking and talking.
Yep, you guys are about a mile out. It is beginning to turn to dusk. By the way, the time of year, it's
Late summer.
you're on in the 5th of, let me tell you the exact month. You are in the 5th of Elint, Eleint, Elint, which is September. Also known as the fading, the month of the fading. So it is
Fantastic.
beginning to,
That's not foreshadowing at all.
it is
symbolism.
it is
Oh, yes,
beginning
thank you.
to get a little bit cooler.
Winter is
The long summer nights
That
are
trademark.
beginning to diminish, and there's a bit of a bite in the air, especially as you, every day by day, move further north. The ash is a little bit heavier each day you go. So as the dawn, the dusk begins to fall, you pass by that stone formation that was on the road and kind of is the crest to continue on the path north or make your way west to the actual farm. And Marishka, please roll a perception check.
Oh boy.
I feel like you're punishing me for
Do you have any advantages?
Actually, I don't know.
It's okay. I'll type it.
Okay. I will use one if I have one.
You have 3,
Ooh,
apparently.
using
That's what I
one.
thought you had a couple. So
All right,
Ruby's has
which
4.
is good because the
I've got
first
quite a
one
lot.
was an 11.
Just never used them.
Second one is a 17.
Don't need to. I am the advantage.
You don't see it because you have a glove on your hand. But you just barely perceive some sort of slight burning sensation in your finger.
I would take the glove off then.
As you take the glove off of your hand, you see that your mother's ring is kind of, the top of it is spinning as if a compass head, and then kind of stops and orients itself on the stone formation.
do I see this too?
Mortos
She
Oh,
holds
okay.
it up.
Is it the same thing that
is
on the
doing
ship?
it again.
I see.
It's the devil.
Where is it pointing?
That stone formation. I'm gonna start walking.
What's it mean? What's it mean?
I want to look around us. To see if
We've
there's
talked about
anything-
this.
I know, but I didn't hear it.
Anything else on the road in the forest?
Go ahead and roll perception, Killian.
Half-point luck. Half-point luck.
Mo-
26.
moat
26.
The
creation.
moats. That's what it is. Yeah.
You don't recognize any hiding individuals or anything like that. Roll an Arcana check.
I don't think I've ever rolled one of those.
Can he perceive the arcana?
20.
20. There does seem to be a faint glow coming from the side of the stone formation.
Okay, I go over there.
So something has changed here.
There's something here, and point to.
As you all approach, JB points out the runes that he had previously sundered. And the gate that is at the center of the formation is not... It looks like it's trying to activate, but is not activating. You know from the previous inspection that the runes that you sundered were abyssal runes. What that means, you don't really know. But what you see are a few runes near the top of the formation that were not sundered, are glowing in a bluish hue that kind of turns to a purplish hue as Mariska approaches with the ring.
Are they also in abyssal?
It's the same type of runes,
Okay.
yes.
So
That's odd.
her ring, it seems to point, if you recall from before, at the shards of creation, I believe Master Name called them. They are just like my necklace is the one for water, and we know that the hopper is one as well, and her ring.
So you're telling me that stone formation is a mode of creation?
Well, Mariska, walk around. Does it continue to point directly at the stone?
I'll walk a circle around it. Does the ring get hotter as I approach it?
It does not, though the point of the ring stays centered on the opening within the stone.
Well, it appears that the ring is telling us that there's a shard in the stone.
Something on the other side.
Do you want me to grab it?
Hold on. Hold on.
Through the portal?
Is it? It's like a gateway, right?
Yeah.
Like a round stone, top to bottom, and it's
You said
pointing
they're in
through it.
the runes are in abyssal. Can I read them?
Oh yeah, wait.
Do you speak abyssal?
I do.
Yeah. It's not that it's the abyssal language. They are abyssal arcane
Fine,
runes.
Gotcha.
I'd like to find a nom shard of creation. That'd be pretty cool.
Do I know what the runes say?
Yeah, I was
Like
going to
looking
ask
for?
JB.
Again, it's not a language. It's more of it's a magical.
Right.
The spell that. Go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
I feel like we need to walk through this portal.
31.
2031.
Oh, by the way, if anybody rolls a 1, just say that out
Oh,
loud.
you took halfling luck?
Yeah, just say that out loud.
He took
Bountiful
bountiful,
Bountiful
luck.
luck.
Bountiful luck?
Does
Yeah.
that count for
Nice.
attacks?
It does.
Counts for anything.
Wow.
Okay.
So just let me know.
This is
Cool.
a spell that you have heard of, though, and could probably work on if you wanted to, but you've not seen in action. This is a version
So it's on.
of the arcane gate spell. However, given the abyssal nature of the writing and you know that to conjure the spell interplanarly, you would typically use a language that is associated with that plane.
Mm.
So you get the sense that should this be activated and should you go through it, it would lead in some way to a plane connected to the abyss.
We have a doorway to
Right,
hell.
And is this stone broken off?
So the ring of stones that was around this is broken and sundered. The central gate stone is still standing, though you were very intentional about destroying the runes that you could reach.
And how big is it? The size of a person?
It's about 12 feet tall.
Oh, okay.
Mr. JB, question.
We can't take it with us. No.
You can fit in the bag of holding. If that ring is pointing to a gateway to hell,
The
What?
abyss, most likely.
what mode of creation could be in the abyss?
Well, let me think about this just for 1 second. It could be any. It just means that someone from the abyss got
Has
their
one.
hands on one.
So we should go get it.
This is evil, by the way.
I think we should go
McHugh.
get it in a few months.
The,
Evil.
the stone is evil.
No, the
What made us
abyss.
smash it?
The abyss is evil.
So here's
No.
a
Don't smash this
here's a
stone.
question. It looks like it's trying to fire up, but it can't. Do we knock it over, or do we leave it here but undo a couple more of the runey runes?
Well, I don't think we should leave a shard of creation. Don't we know people
Uh,
of the Nimbus collections? The evil cloud giants are trying to collect them. Gotta keep it out of those evil cloud giants. You're better than an evil cloud giant, McHugh.
Thank you.
So yeah. What do you think?
We can't leave it
Well,
here.
well, my thought is that having a way to get to the abyss
Might be a good idea.
pretty fantastic right next to where we might have an abode.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking that's pretty good.
And so if we could, I will remember this. I'm currently writing it down.
You have
Oh.
an exceptional wit, so
And so we can disturb it enough and hide it enough if we can.
do you have like a permanent illusion that only you can see?
Well, you see, wizards take until about level 14 to really come online. So
Ah.
no, I cannot do that.
So you're just not that good yet.
But anyway, it wouldn't last forever anyway. I could learn. Yes, I will at some point. But we need to hide this
Right.
and disrupt it.
Okay. But keep it standing so if we ever want to turn it back on and go through said gate, we could.
Morthos, does your necklace react to it at all?
Nope.
No, remember she said that had special properties.
Right, I just
Oh.
wondered if there's more than one in the same vicinity.
Oh, for the
I
love
don't
of
know.
God,
Mi-
someone please
Miss-
pick Ray.
Miss
Pick
Ray.
someone.
Do you want to say something?
Yes, I do. So,
I didn't
I
know how to
was-
call on her. I'm sorry.
I was thinking, if this, we're thinking, lets us get to the abyss, what's stopping things from the abyss getting to here?
It's broken.
Well,
we
I
sure?
had disrupted these rooms down here previously. You remember when the creature came out, was summoned by the other creatures, and we took care of that problem? Well, I messed with the runes so that could not happen again.
Are you sure no one can go through from the abyss to here?
Well, right now, that error in the writing is causing the failure of this sort of
Yes?
teleportation, planar teleportation spell. I'm sure right now. However,
Can we screw with another
if
one?
someone has a mote of creation,
Right.
you never know what could happen.
Who
And
knows?
so I'd rather shut this down all the way,
Agreed.
and in the future maybe be able to utilize
So
it
smart.
without destroying this.
Wonderful idea.
All right, you work on that. We'll
I
work
think
on
we should
hiding
take
it.
it.
So I've been working on the ring in the free time I've got. I know you mentioned that the runes glowed purple when I got closer. Did I get any sort of just any sort of sense, any feelings, any associations or anything as I was wearing the ring as I came closer, or just purple?
It seems to, you didn't get any different sense,
Okay.
but the ring seems to be trying to interact with this portal in such a way, but was unable to do so.
Did my hand tingle at all?
does have an infection.
Nope.
Okay.
We've been feeding you amoxicillin.
I might need it.
Right.
I put the glove back on.
So you guys take the time to
Hide it.
Hide it.
and
to
destroy
nix
runes.
the remaining runes.
I'm gonna try to work on it until the flickering goes away.
Flickering goes away. Yeah.
Before I work on it,
Someone
though,
would
I'll
need to
be-
kind of, like, yeah, you take a rubbing of it, so
Of
you,
course.
yeah. Someone would need to hold you up so you would be able to reach it easily enough.
Killian gets down on all fours. Like
Like
a
a
Ray
stool.
Ray lifts up Killian on all fours, who's holding JB.
Perfect. Perfect.
It's an interesting way to do steps.
And the rest of you, I guess, hide the stone. You are about a mile out from the farm. It is
we were on the
after all of this. It is now nightfall. It's around 6 o'clock at night. Having taken your time to do this,
We have 1 more hour, right?
technically of travel time before you would reach Exhaustion. Yes.
And we're a mile out.
Mile out.
Do we see the farm?
No.
Mr. Morthos, how far can
Do I see the farm?
It's not a
Miss
question
Solda
of.
travel?
It's just
Just hidden by trees. and
Well-
all that.
there's light forest between. It is also there's a large kind of berm that is set up just outside the kind of the driveway, so to speak, to the farm. On the other side of which is a barn, and all of that is beyond your current vision.
Do we see any like smoke trails above the treetops or anything in the sky?
Look up.
You did say it's getting colder.
Right. Prior to it getting dark, you didn't notice anything.
Okay.
Well, when I was trying to see how far she would go, I could not make it like a quarter mile, so it was definitely something less, maybe 1,000 feet per se.
Well, that's helpful. So maybe we get 900 feet out and send her to see what you can see.
I think that would be wise.
All right, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it.
Let's be sneaky from here on out.
Sounds good.
Sound alright?
And Ray,
Very, very sneaky.
if at any point I make you invisible in combat, don't yell or anything.
Let's be sneaky and stay within 30 feet.
All right, let's do it.
Mike, you
What shall I do?
Well, you can come with if you want, or you can stay here.
Would it make sense to sneak through the tree coverage?
Yes.
He's pretty big.
I think you
Well,
should
again,
sneak.
sneak. So we'll hide behind the trees and get closer.
I'm usually not very quiet.
Oh, well, I'm gonna
Well,
help.
Then would it make sense for only a couple of us to go ahead to get within
Like a
range?
Stealth
reconnaissance?
operation.
Well, I think 1,000 feet's still pretty far out.
Could you
Whatever
illusion
happens,
him?
if we're splitting, we need a signal of some sort if something goes wrong.
The horns. That's why I made him.
I don't have a horn.
Wait,
I'm working on it.
I blow one of your horns, and then what?
Run.
Run.
If you hear the sound of a horn, it means get out of there.
All right, where do we run to?
Or if
Here.
you
Right
hear
back-
me screaming,
right-
which
right
my
back
horn
here.
sounds like.
Here.
What if we say the thing we hid is our, we run back 2
Well,
point?
what happens if we can't find it because we hit it so well?
Well, it's at the fork of this road.
Okay.
If you know what you're looking for,
Run
it's pretty
back
easy.
to the fort, then.
Right, I can do that. I'm fast. All right, I can be sneaky.
Just stay within, like, 20 feet of this guy. 20 feet's like your arm's length.
yo.
Yo, you got it?
All right. So I pass.
Me,
Call,
have I told you I like you?
Yo.
Yeah.
It's a marvelous.
so we get to 1,000 feet, and I cast Pass
No, I
Without
love him.
Trace
He's a great man.
after
Okay, so you cast Path Without a Trace, which lasts for an hour.
an hour.
It is
yeah.
concentration,
Oh,
so you are
Question.
concentrating,
Okay. I see what you're thinking.
and
If we're going to push him ahead, why do we have to do paths without a trace?
I think we're all going ahead.
Well, we're gonna eventually need to go ahead.
Yeah, that's
Apparently, we're
what
staying
Yeah.
together.
so you are 1,000 feet out. Pass Without a Trace has been cast upon you. Please, everyone, roll stealth, and you can add 10 to your roll.
Oh, jeez.
Holy moly.
10 to my roll.
If you roll a 1, let me know. Not that it really
Mike gets, or Miku, 25.
It's a 28.
28,
28.
28,
22.
22,
32.
32,
33.
33,
What?
26,
41.
41.
41.
I critted.
Okay.
I got a 41.
We got the
Plus
sneakiest of
5
sneaks.
stealth.
You all lose track of Bart.
I lose track of me. Hello?
There's literally no way that I can.
Where am I? Oh, here I am. Ah, ah. All right.
The tail's right in front of your face. You can't see it.
You continue forth, and
That was the best stealth roll of all
at
time.
around 900 feet, based off of best of your recollection, you
I bring out my cartography tools. That would tell me.
still don't have a perspective on the farm,
Okay, fair.
but Morthos, you said you were gonna send out your.
Yep.
And
Solo.
how are you sending her?
Bright.
As bright as possible.
False.
No.
And she's whistling walking up.
No.
Shades of that.
The most transparent shadow she has ever been.
And so Sola goes forth. It does take. It's not like instant. She's not there.
No, it takes some time.
It takes a couple of minutes for her to get to the outskirts of the farm. And are you going up in the air? How are you
I
approaching?
am going to keep her roughly 60 feet from the ground.
60 feet from the ground. Okay, so you are hovering through in the air.
Can I try to speak to him?
Your dark vision is
60 feet.
60 feet. So you are able to see in hues of gray down to the ground.
I want
Okay.
to try to speak to him telepathically to see if he can hear me.
Go ahead.
Mr. Malthus, can you hear me?
You get no response.
Okay.
No.
I just want to know if it.
All of his senses, including a voice in the head, are dulled.
All right. I just hadn't tried it.
Yeah.
Hopefully
try.
he knows enough to verbally say what
Well,
he
he
sees
does.
here.
I just wanted
Yeah, it just happened. Yeah.
So as you fly over the berm that kind of is the front of the farm, you see that the fields lay fallow at the edge of this light forest, which kind of goes up to the front of the farm, and then the fields that go back behind the farm, which had previously been filled with all manner of crops, have not been planted.
As soon as Sola would have gotten kind of a line of sight of the farm, she would have started to try to be stealthily and go through the trees.
Okay, so Sola kind
move
of
through the trees.
moves from shadow to shadow, tree to tree. You see the barn, which is, as you are approaching, Sola is kind of coming down the center of the driveway and kind of scoots over to a tree. And is hidden behind the tree. You can see it here. To your right, which is west on the map here, you see a large barn, which is still intact. The grass here is overgrown and hasn't been cut. You look ahead at the farmhouse and you see that it is still standing. Hasn't really been touched. But you immediately notice that all of the carcasses that had been left are gone. Roll a perception check, please.
Interessante, as they say.
I'm going to use a die.
Who says that?
People.
Make it a 19.
19. Okay. There seems to be a faint light coming from inside the farmhouse.
Squatters.
I ain't scared.
You
Alright.
also see where the
No signal.
just past the farm, kind of below where the little flower garden was, which has some flowers still growing. It's obviously not been tended to. They're just at the periphery of your vision as you kind of move up tree to tree. You see
That map.
what looks to be a large just pit that has been opened into the ground.
Is there anything in the pit?
You from where you are, you can't see.
Okay.
You'd have to get right up next
Go
to
in
it
the
to
pit.
see.
The first thing I think she would look at is she would, knowing from before, she would want to at least try to peer inside the barn.
Okay. So, are you going up to a window? Or are you trying to
Yeah.
peer
If
through the
there's- if
roof?
there's a
How are
windows-
you?
If there's windows along the side of it, she would kind of.
There's one window in the very front. You can't see it. There's two. It's 2 levels, right? The farmhouse itself has a stone base, a stone foundation, stairs going up the side.
I'm talking about the barn first.
Oh, the barn. I'm sorry. The
I would-
barn is a wooden structure, freestanding, and there are no windows in the side. You'd have to go around to the front to peer in.
Then she would kind of do one of those, like, right around the corner, kind of just peer in.
'Kay.
Make sure there's no one inside of it.
Okay, you peer around the corner very briefly, and you do see a guard that is sitting with his hands folded in a chair, kind of tipped back against the door to the barn.
So everyone back where Morthos would be they would hear him describe that he's in front of the barn, guard sitting, arms crossed. And
Roll a perception check.
Roll well.
Every time you say that, I feel
21?
like it doesn't-
One.
Never
You
mind.
see with his arms crossed, you see on the interior of his hand, his forearm, is the symbol of the Zentarum.
So then Morthos will relay that Zent symbol on his arm. And then
Mike, you, at hearing this, is,
Are there any ogres? Are there any Ettin with them?
Oh, he can't hear you.
Oh,
although
are they bad?
Zent are bad, yeah.
Right.
Very, very bad. Killed lots of innocent people. Bad.
Solo will at that moment look at the far corner of the barn, not move there, just kind of glance there, and everyone back where Morthos is would just hear him kind of go.
which is where
As
June had.
He kind of remembers where June he saw her body lay
Oh yeah,
last.
you were the only one that saw
Was
him
the
get
only one
stabbed.
that saw her die.
Did you happen to see her body in the pit? I can't ask that.
Yeah. With that, if that's the only guard he sees, he will tell Solo to move towards the house,
Right.
over top of the trees, and then try to get to the same window that Killian went through the last time.
'Kay.
And
There-
peer through.
they
There
fall for
is
it
a
again.
window
right.
on the
I tried to mimic.
on the side of the house here. And as you peer through, you see several figures inside.
Again.
Phineas?
First
that
of
map
all,
is so cool.
standing at the top in an overlook position, you see sitting there kind of throwing has a rock between his hands, and it looks like he is taking the rock and changing its consistency, and it looks like it's coal, then it's like a granite, and then it's a kind of a brown stone, and it's a shale. Kind of is taking the rock and just playing with it, turning it over in his hands, not really paying attention to what's going on, but aware. Below that, you see a woman sitting in a corner. I'll get to that in a moment. You see a table that has kind of been overturned. They haven't even bothered to fix it, just strewn in the corner. And you see the large sword-wielding bodyguard that had previously tried to haul Captain Tooth back around.
He failed like a sucker.
He is standing there with his back to the woman, and directly across from him there's a arcane sigil on the floor, and up from out of the sigil is a gnome that is there. And
probably described him, but I don't.
He told us, and then I talked about my story.
The gnome is wearing a purplish robe,
Yeah.
blue trousers, greenish vestments.
So Morthos would be describing us all back to the party.
Balding head with kind of longer hair hanging down to his back.
Now-
Spectacles that are on his nose. Hold on. There's a staff in his hand. And he is speaking to the guard. The guard in front has a long sword that is sheathed and has a shield across his back and is wearing himself flowing robes that are also studded with some armor as he goes. And he has a white strip down his head with black hair.
Who does? The guard?
It was Phineas's bodyguard. And he is there behind the guard. You see a woman with shimmering navy blue hair. She wears a royal blue cape with sky blue trim, and she has royal blue robes with silver and sky blue inlay kind of designs through them. There are glowing blue arcane sigils that adorn her garb, and she sits there cross-legged, lotus-style position, meditating in the corner. Her eyes are closed. There is a staff that goes across her back as well. And she has, levitating above her hands, a sword that's kind of slowly turning over. The most striking part about her is that her skin is the exact same color as JB's.
Ooh, what? Well, she's
Please roll a perception check.
She gonna kill you.
You could be killed by your own
You just
daughter.
gotta roll that say, it's Poppy.
Join.
How about a 16?
I am your father.
Okay. There's something familiar about that sword.
Is she blue?
As you're kind of taking this in, you can't help but listen to the conversation that's ongoing. So, give me the report. Give me the report. Quickly, 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 says the gnome. And at this, the guard begins to go through the report. Right, well, Saloon is in fact lost.
Sucker.
Suck it.
We have promising leads in
Yeah,
Selgaunt. The merchant lords there are far more expensive to bribe, however. But the factions that might oppose us are weak. There's no known Harper's Cell, and Ordo Lux has been largely replaced with the less noble Flaming Fists. The Doves are making a play on Nereth Torn, and I shall report once we know whether he is amenable to our dealings. Moving on, the Travelers and Mirages have had to reroute again due to the growing size of Koza's ire. There is no path through the arcane hurricane, so they are forced to go around. This has slowed our transport of resources and strains our ability to protect our caravans. I suggest we reroute the more delicate items to other means of transport. Though expensive, it will be secure. Kind of takes a letter and shuffles it back. The Red Cloaks. They have continued to research the rumors of Lord Seed's resting place in the Sea of Fallen Stars. Tooth's remains proved to give us nothing. His voice was ignorant even in death.
Zing.
So they have an necromancer.
That said, the Reds are investigating the possibility of a connection to the mainland that was rumored to have been used for trade with Hillsfar and other sites in old Cormanthor, as well as ancient Odulin. Prior, of course, to their destruction by the Netheriel. Unfortunately, Hillsfar remains closed to us, and it does take time to investigate the ancient ruins. Shifts to another letter. The serpents have held back a number of incursions from the cult of the dragon in the western reaching woods. The assistance of the Hales to the cultists has proven more costly than we expected, as they have been able to evade our defenses a number of times, causing heavy losses.
That's my boys.
We have been able to regroup and push them back, but the cultists have not yet made a direct assault on Darkhold. However, they seem to be emboldened now that they know of the schism. They continue to seek to alter dragons for their purposes, though we have no reliable intel on how they are doing this. We will continue to work, of course. It is only because they lack sufficient manpower to keep the pressure up that we have been able to hold them off. Suffice to say, they continue to try to build alliances to bolster their numbers. The Minotaur have largely been thinned, though some remain. The fire cultists grow in strength. Paraghost himself moves to intercept and prevent these alliances, knowing what a consortium would mean for our interests around the Sword Coast. A strong dragon cult is a deadly foe.
Fair enough.
The clock works as he shifts to another letter. And our own brethren. He kind of gestures back up to the wizard sitting there playing with the stone. Have continued to make breakthroughs in the realm of applied arcanics. We believe we understand how Bregan Death and that foe, Jalaxel, and the collectors of Candlekeep have engineered what they call firearms. We are working on our own prototypes. Finally, my lord, we have brought in 4 more Shatter Swords. 1 alive and 3 dead. The bounties have been paid. Most continue to remain in hiding in this realm and region, but some have organized against us. We will, of course, continue to hunt and eliminate the traitors. At this, the woman speaks up, sitting behind. I apologize for interrupting.
Oh my god!
Papa always said not to interrupt. But can I interrupt, Papa? The gnome speaks up. Yes, of course, dear. What do you have to say? Papa, the sword's glowing. I think she's here. She looks up at Sola.
Classic.
Activate the preparations. He immediately winks out. And you watch as she closes her eyes and a expansion of light goes forth and Sola disappears. You are shunted back into your body. The sword, now that you saw how it reacted and glowed, was in fact Salune's Radiance, Sola's former sword that was traded in Waterdeep.
Well, it was traded to a dragon
Yes, it was.
after I died in water.
The gold dragon?
Yeah.
The
Bronze?
shape dipping one. Yeah.
That son of a bitch.
And that's where we're going to end
Holy
the session
cow,
for
what?
tonight.
So much happened. Yikes, you have a lot of child support you gotta get started on.
Next
Well, he's
next
essentially
episode
paid
called
it
Daddy Issues.
Dude.
The whole reason why I took sending is actually to talk to Quinn.
I'll help you burn the
So-
crap out of
Great.
them.
You're gonna be a great dad.
We're gonna figure that
If you would like to have your opportunity to win the minis, we have 3 on tap tonight: a orc, a Maragon, and a glass golem.
Oh, yeah.
All very cool. You can see them spinning there. Then type into the chat right now, exclamation point Papa, P-A-P-A, exclamation point Papa, and you will have a chance to win those minis.
Why does it look like Papa?
Thank you again for being here, watching along with our story. Next week promises to be
Battle.
an eventful little session
Until one of us
as
kills her on accident.
the party seeks to do what they're going to do.
Kill
So,
JB's daughter?
exclamation point Papa,
Sorry.
Possibly.
exclamation point Papa for your chance to win those minis. And whoever wins, please stick around and get us your address, and we will get them off to you. And we hope that you join us again next Tuesday night, starting at 7:30 Eastern Time, live here on Twitch, as we will pick up the story and continue to loot, die, and repeat. Have a good night, everyone. Cheers.